Hot like a winter freeze, just like ice. There's a cold, lonely light that shines from you. You're wild and like the way you hide behind the mask you use. And if you think this one could never win, well look at me, I'm coming back again. I got a taste of love in a simple way. And if you need to know while I'm still standing, you just fade away. Don't you know I'm still standing, better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Once I never could hope to win, you're starting down the road, living me again. The threats you made were made to cut me down. And if your love were just a circus, you'd be a clown by now. Don't you know I'm still standing, better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh. Don't you know I'm still standing, better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good morning, everybody. It's a little later than normal time than what I start, but I'm on vacation. Was getting ready to go out of town for Thanksgiving. And then the third plane hit the tower. And I was like, enough is enough. And so was watching the third video last night, with Toxic, a few other people. And we decided that we were going to come on and address some things, because the realization is this is not going to be this is not, I don't know what you would call it. This is not, I'm not shitting on Maggot. This is not shit on Maggot. This is not shit on Burns. This is not shit on Cathartic Echo or Flatley or anyone else, right? That's not what this stream is going to be about this morning. There are some things that are said that I have a difference of opinion, right? And to use Maggot's own words, right?
Yeah, but a real friend is going to call you out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a real friend is going to call you out. That's all I'm going to say. A real friend is going to call you out, right? That's Maggot's own words. So we're going to call out some of what I and what Toxic has, as far as we see, as inconsistencies on some things. Or maybe not inconsistencies. That's not the right word. Let me correct that. What we see as a little bit of difference of an opinion. How about that? That's maybe a little bit better way of putting it. Maybe not inconsistency is not the right way. I apologize for that. Just a difference of opinions. Oh, with that intro, whatever. Toxic, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Double chunk chocolate cookie.
Double chunk chocolate. Okay. Hopefully the audio levels are good, guys, because over the weekend I wiped the OS on my PC. I've had to reinstall everything, reset everything back up again. I haven't streamed since I've done it. I was having some crashes and stuff. And so hopefully, like I say, the audio levels are good. If they're not, let me know. Also, just as a heads up, I will be taking some callers at the end of the stream. But here's what I do not want. I will not take somebody in if they just want to call in and shit on Maggot or Burn or anyone else. That's not what I don't want that. If you have an exception, or you have something that I've said during this stream, or something that Toxic has said during this stream that you don't agree with, and you want to push back on that, I want you to call in. I want you to push back on that. And JFA, I don't want you calling in and trying to do your Mickey Mouse trolling. Your shit's been weak here lately. I think you need to go back to the drawing board. You need to come up with some new damn material. So don't you try to call it in and do your weak ass like troll shit, because it's been weak here lately, dude. Get back in the gym, start working out, eat your vitamins, say your prayers, and get back to the JFA we need, okay? So, with that, is there anything that you want to say before we get into this Toxic, or we just want to get right into this?
We can just get right into it.
All right. Yeah. Let's get right into it. So this here is the third video. Episode 3, you guys can see it here. Wallbangers Afterhours, Maggot addresses the leeching allegations. So right off the bat, the leeching allegations. Before we even start this video, my opinion is that Maggot was not a leech. Okay? Controversial take. There's people out there that I am friendly with, that I associate with, that I make content with even, that has made this assertion that she's a leech. I don't agree with that assertion, but because I have been throughout this entire thing, clear back going to March with the whole Magnetar situation, it was repeatedly said I inserted myself into these controversies in and around Maggot, right? So I have tried to remain quiet and not, quote, insert myself. Even and we'll get into this, I think even this video they talk about, quote, I'm inserting myself. I'm going to address that as well. Okay. So but right off the bat, I don't believe she was leeching, and I will expand on that a little bit later on but let's get into the video.
Hello guys, this is Wallbangers, episode 3. We got Maggot here once again to, I guess, another addressing thing, I guess, because people are calling you a leech for, I guess, getting a PC, $500 from Echo, or more than 500, and the K-Hub money.
Here we go.
So, I mean, we'll start with you watched the Flatley stream until he kind of fucked that up a bit, and then
I popped in at a random time because obviously I was doing other stuff, and then I popped in and he was just it was just a complete dumpster fire. He had a timeline, but he didn't stick to a timeline of anything. He was just sort of pulling things up at random, and it was a fucking mess.
Yeah, I told Flatley that he kind of fucked up and didn't give he didn't really do a good timeline because he started with Peepaw, which is February, and then he would go to K-Huck in October of last year. So it's he's already getting the timeline wrong. And
yeah, well, and to be fair, the timeline, to be fair, is a little bit fucked up anyways, because and even on my end, I guess it's kind of fucked up because for a while, I think everybody's confused about when the weird collar guy stuff happened. And I even was too for a bit confused on when it happened until I went and looked at my PayPal and everything, because I went back and I looked at the weird collar guy stream, and that stream actually happened in December. It was 18th of December, 2023. And for a while, I thought it was October, but October is actually I believe when the stream happened, where he went on and said stupid shit, right?
So October 27th.
Yes, and so the actual stream of us addressing it was December 18th, which that is the stream where I decided that I needed to distance myself. Okay.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are confused about that timeline, and that's pretty obvious from some of the things that have been thrown at me recently. But yeah, so it was December 18th.
Yeah. It was a 4-month thing. They keep saying 4 months, 4 months, 4 months.
Right. Yeah.
So if you go October, November, January, in February, that'd be 4 months. But in reality, it would actually, I guess, be 2 months.
Yeah, it's only 2 months. It's about 2 months actually, right on the nose, because it's yeah, it's 2 months. It wasn't 4 months. Because
Okay.
like I said, the Weird Collar Guy stream where we addressed it was where I decided that I was going to distance myself from her. So that was 2 months, not 4. I don't know if it was just Seth that was saying that, if there was other people, but I saw Seth was the one that was saying it. So yeah, that's
Yes.
incorrect. It's incorrect.
Okay.
Why does the timeline stuff always be so fucking gay? Like everyone's always
Because
it's always this time.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but it's just like it always seems like it's one person that says something about fucking like the timeline and it fucks it all up, right?
Yeah.
With the Flatley stuff, right? I don't think that was necessarily intentional. I think just Flatley's ADHD as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think it was necessarily a biased thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like he sometimes he'll just go to his dog and then like play with the dog for like 5 minutes, get
Yeah.
back, confused where he is, and then he'll go to the next thing without finishing, and then he'll go back to the point that he just made, and then like his dog will do something. Like he got distracted to an extreme point, which is just criticism for him.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like maybe when like you guys were like sending out like the information, maybe like sending out the information that was like at least relevant, you know, at least. Like, I guess it's like criticism on like your guys' part, like giving if you wanted to give out the information, maybe not give it all, like give all like the relevant stuff, not like the in betweens that don't matter. I guess.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like I did do that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I feel like I did give him
Yeah.
all. And not less, this all happened, like him and I were talking throughout that day. So we had been talking for like several hours throughout the day about the whole thing. And I felt like I had presented everything to him as it needed to be and in the correct order. But then he went on stream and did everything out of order. And he was just like, you know how this shit goes, kind of like somebody's DMing him, so that he's pulling up that information. You know what I mean? It just turns into like a big clusterfuck of information. And it seemed to be like that's what he was doing. So
Yeah, there probably should have been like it.
I don't know. I don't want to just let this play or whatever, right? What is this? I'm getting errors saying it's not. Guys, is it even there?
Let me see. Yeah, you're good. I think.
No, it's hang on a second, guys. Why am I having issues? Again. Okay. Output. What the hell is this? Okay, are we back? Is it better? Let's see. Are we dropping things? Okay. Doesn't look like we're dropping things now. I don't know. Maybe it was a YouTube thing. I don't know. I apologize, guys.
Back chat.
All right. Yeah, for some reason, YouTube was dropping everything. I don't know. I thought, anyway, okay. So here we go.
If like from the little I did see, it seemed like he needed a docket, and that's like his main thing.
Mhm.
Just had something in front of him to lead him a little bit more.
Yeah, so this first part, all they're doing is going over the Flatley stream. They're complaining about how Flatley did it. They're complaining about the timeline, so on and so forth. I don't know. I have no comment on that. It is what it is. I mean, that's between them and Flatley.
But
By the time I called in, it was already like there's nothing I could salvage. There's no way I can, because by the time I called in, like I think it was an hour in, and I tried, but in the end, like Seth was battling like in the live stream about the PC thing and why it doesn't matter, even though Jessica made a big deal about it, the PC on Twitter, so that's why it was relevant.
okay,
But they,
yeah.
but they kept saying, well, Maggot brought it up. It's like in this case, no, Jessica.
Hear that,
brought it up.
Rose?
Yeah,
She
no.
brought it
What's that?
Jessica said the PC mattered. So that means you said it too, by the way. And Seth, and we're all the same opinion.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, so here's the okay. So let's talk about the PC thing for a second. Okay. Yes, I purchased a PC with my own money for Maggot. Why? Well, she and I had a conversation as the showed that leaked put out the DMs between me and her. She was talking about she had an aunt had a PC, an Alienware PC that was sitting there and not being used, and she was hoping that the aunt would give it to her, right? The aunt wound up not giving it to her. Now, she never said anything about getting her one, never asked for it, nothing. I did it on my own accord. Why? Because I had somebody who was a friend who had a need, right, that I wanted to try to help. I've been blessed in my life. I had extra monies or money, because I know saying money sometimes upsets people. So I had extra money in my, that I had no allocation for as far as budget or things of that nature. So I bought her a refurb PC along the same lines of what was gotten for Jessica Pizzle and Ico, right? Had it shipped to her house. She didn't know it, right? She had no idea it was coming, right? So this is not a deal where, it was just, I was trying to do something kind for somebody. Now, how that information got out, I'm not entirely certain. I'm not entirely for sure. I never said anything to anyone because I knew if I did, there was already people, I was already out there getting grief because of the whole philanthropy thing that I did for a while, right? And which, for the record, this thing with Maggot had nothing to do with philanthropy. This was something I just did completely and totally on my own, right? And so I didn't say anything ever publicly about that until Flatley put out the tweet alluding to it, which meant, okay, I said, okay, well, here's the full context. Let's talk about the whole thing here, right? That's all the reason why I did what I did. I want to think, I haven't been able to find it. I did try looking this morning, that how it originally came out or whatever was in a VOD or a stream or something. Where Maggot herself made it public. I could be mistaken on that, so I'm not going to say with 100% certainty that Maggot is the one who put that information out there, right? But it had to come from somewhere. Now, otherwise, how would Jessica have known? Because Jessica was the first one that tweeted after the K-Huck stream that night, right? She put out a tweet where she was saying, she got the money from K-Huck. She got the PC from me. She got the money from, was it Echo Tragedy, whatever that guy's name was, that type of thing. So, I mean, she was going to, but here's the deal. That was Jessica. That wasn't me. I never stated, I never said anything. During this whole thing, I've never said really anything. I've never really tweeted about it. If I talked about it, it was because I was specifically asked about it. Now, could I have just said, I don't want to talk about it? Sure. I could have done that. 100%. But one of the other things that I learned from my mistakes back in March is running and hiding and that type of whole thing. That's not really the way to handle it. It don't just go away. It keeps festering. It keeps bubbling. So why not just deal with it, lay it out, say whatever it is that you got to say, and that be the end of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at things wrong. I don't know. But there's that. I don't, whatever.
Point against Magnet. Therefore, it becomes a point of contention.
Okay.
But by the time I called in, it was just too late. I couldn't fix the timeline without making it look like Flatley's the liar or I'm a liar.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to ask, because this is something you said to me before. You said the story in the way that Flatley presented it was it ruined the whole entire thing. Well, you said before also that you felt like if this story was supposed to vindicate Maggot in some form or fashion with that the computer and the money and stuff. Do you still feel that way?
I don't think I feel like it ruined it. It just made things harder to piece together, and because of the timeline in its entirety. Because when you go against what they call an established timeline, and then you go against it, it can skew what are facts and what are not facts anymore. Therefore, it makes things very skeptical. Obviously, the audience should be skeptical altogether, but it makes it hard for people who already are on the side of the opposition to believe or move on if something's already out there being skewed.
But I mean,
I agree with Byrne here, right? When someone, whoever starts telling the story first, right? They kind of set the narrative. Now, things can be, in this case, Maggot, who was the first one to start really telling the story, right? She's not well liked in this community, right? She's alienated some people. And for the record, and I should have said this probably at the beginning of the stream, and I didn't. That's my fault. My personal opinion is that, and I know this is people are gonna laugh at this, what I'm fixing to say. And I may even this is probably gonna get clipped, and I'm probably gonna receive, all kinds of jabs or whatever, what have you. If we look back not too far, in the past, Maggot was an asset to this community. She was known for her clips. People used her clips from some of the largest creators in this community to the smaller people. She was unofficially kind of, I think, recognized and known as the clip queen, right? Everybody used her stuff. She was really good at capturing that type of stuff and putting it out there on her Twitter feed and stuff, right? Or providing it to other people, right? So I think in that aspect, I think we kind of lost, as far as the community, an asset on this whole situation. And maybe that's a horrible take. I don't know, but that's just how I feel about it. I don't I don't really have harsh feelings towards anybody in this situation. I'm confused. I don't understand some of the statements that have been made. I don't understand some of the stances that have been taken. But I don't have ill will. It's all been kind of really confusing to me. But anyway, let's continue.
I think that's a big issue already here. It's just that realistically, the people that are consuming content about fucking maggot edits on the internet, okay, it's like a niche group anyway of people. And a lot of those people just already have their mind made up, and so they don't even really listen to anything I have to say. They just kind of hear what they want to hear, and it goes from there. Like this whole Seth saying that I'm the one that brought up the PC. Well, no, I didn't. Your good buddy Jessica Pizzle did that. There's literally a tweet on her Twitter of her bringing it up, and so I responded to that.
All right, so this is kind of what I was referring to earlier. Yeah, Jessica put a tweet out about that, right? But where did that information come from? Because I know I didn't tell anybody about it because I honestly didn't want to face any of the criticism for it. Because again, I knew how beloved Maggot was in the community. So I don't know exactly where that information came from and how it got out that that I had done this for Maggot. But she's correct. Jessica was the first one that she tweeted out on Twitter about it, but she had to learn from somebody. And I've asked Jessica about that, and Jessica's like, well, I'm pretty sure I heard it in a stream, one of the streams. And that's kind of what my thoughts were too. And again, not to sound like we're in quote an echo thing or whatever. I've searched both of the episode 1 and episode 2 of the Wallbangers, and I haven't found it. Right? I haven't. So I don't know if it was on those two. Was it on some other obscure? Was it on Maggot's Twitter? Did she tweet out about it beforehand? We don't know because her Twitter is disabled or whatever it's called right now. So I don't know. And that may be something that's just lost to time. And I don't, but yes, to the point, Maggot is correct. The first kind of pushback or whatever about that was by Jessica. There's no denying that. So who knows? It's
not me bringing it up, but because it's about me, I feel like it's very easy for these people to just kind of say whatever they want and people will believe it because it's about me. And so with Flatly doing things the way that he did, it's like I already have, like, even now doing this recording, I have a bad reputation. Nothing I say really is going to fix any of that. People are still going to hate me, no matter what. But that portion of all of the things that people pile on top of me could have been better or not as bad if he had presented it correctly, but he didn't. So now it kind of looks even worse, you know?
Yeah.
But here's the thought too, and Toxic maybe help me here on this if I'm,
Sure.
If we go back to the root of what started all this, prior to the first Wallbangers and so forth, right? If we go back to that, where did this all start? Where did this breakdown of communication? Where did all this stuff happen? Right? Well, it happened over on my morning stream back on. What was it? When did I do this? Back on November the 11th, right? So back on the November the 11th, I did a morning stream where I was going over this throwaway. It was I mean, it had already been resolved, but anyway, it was one of these type of dramas I actually do like to talk about, where, Nerdy had made some throwaway comments, jokes, whatever you want, however you want to look at it, where he was criticizing some of the guests that K-Huck had on our stream and had called them retarded, right? And so anyway, there was they worked it all out and it's all cool now, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, I made this statement. Was it okay? Hang on, wrong button. Thoughts on the maggot situation yesterday? Go.
Oh boy.
I don't know. What are your thoughts? You're her co-host. Yeah, let's turn around on you, buddy.
It's a hot mess. I'll say that.
You know what? I'm happy for D-Max. I'm happy for D-Max.
I am too.
So this probably is going to cause.
Oh geez.
Okay, people, you don't. Okay. You don't have to seriously say anything if you don't want to.
Biggest understatement of the universe, right there. This may cause some problems. No. This was going to cause, and I knew it, and I probably should have kept my mouth shut, right? But I didn't. So whatever. I'm going to say it. I too am happy for the success that Max has seen over on his channel. I think it's great.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not something I could do, right? I can't, the games that he plays, whatever. It's just not me. But and I don't see anything wrong with Maggot being excited for Max. However, I don't think there was any need to slide in those other little comments, which is what really caused the whole big issue. Because I think, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll let it play on out, but that's pretty much it. Clear he doesn't want anything to do with us over here anymore, and that's his right. That's his choice, and if that's what he wants to do, and he wants nothing to do with us, that's fine. That's go forth and do great things, young man. It's my opinion that when you do those things and you make the kind of tweets that she does from time to time, you're dragging him back, and I don't think that's good for him. That's where I'm at. Okay, so that's all I said. I didn't think that was that controversial. I didn't think that was like a out of left field thing, right? But I was wrong. I was so freaking wrong, right? Because from everything that what little comments that were had between the Wall Smashers Discord, right, was, well, you know what? Those were leaked, right? So I don't guess it's any big deal, right? That I that I show them, right? Toxic.
Yeah, they've been leaked already. Why not?
They've already been leaked, right? Okay. So I'm going to do a little bit different, though. I'm going to leak them in their full context, not the little snippet, right? That was done, right? Yeah. Let's do it this way. This is a little bit better, maybe. So So MAGA starts off saying that it was just, anyway, she was, that people don't keep the same energy when I do it versus when others do it to me. I expect that from bad faith commentary F slurs, not people who should know better. And then Badwick asked her, well, who are you referring to? And then she says, me. She's referring to me. It is because I made fun of his dead mommy. If that's the line, I'm letting you know now. I'm going to keep doing it. Right? So what do I say to that? I told her, I didn't see an issue with her being supportive with Max. I also don't have an issue with you taking shots at Matt Pitt. Right? And yes, he does take shots. He took shots at Maggot. I was clear on that. I said, maybe just keep the two separated. Because again, I was under the impression that Max didn't want his name. He didn't want people talking about it. He wanted to be done of this part of the internet, this community. He didn't want anything to do with commentary anymore. Right? Am I the only one? Am I mistaken that? And I understood and knew that when she made those tweets, what was going to happen? It was going to get all this start because again, she's not well liked. Right? She has not just burned bridges, but she has scorched the earth around her whenever she leaves a group of people. She scorches the earth. It's not just about burning bridges. It's about destroying everything. Right? And if that's how she wants to, that's fine, whatever, right? But we go on us. And then I respond to her, is it because I made fun of her, of his dead mommy? I said, no, because I don't police jokes. I don't. Do I find it distasteful? Yes. Is it a joke that I would make? Nope. But I'm not going to sit here and pearl clutch and say, oh, Maggot, you can't make those jokes about Matt's mother. I'm not going to do it. It's not I'm not the joke police. Never have been, to my knowledge, and I don't think I will. Then she goes on to say, you said on your stream and said I'm dragging Max back by doing that. So I guess I shouldn't take shots at people who do it at me all the time. That's not what I said. That's toxic? Is that what I said?
Not at all.
Not at all.
What does that even mean? Read that again.
She says, you said on your fucking stream and said that I'm dragging Max back by doing that. So I guess I shouldn't take shots at people who do it to me all the time.
You can take shots, but you don't have to you don't have to combine the two. You know, that's what the issue was. You're combining D-Max's success with taking shots at the podcast. That was the issue.
Yes, it's like, okay, so Matt Pitt took shots at Maggot. Without a doubt. Unquestionable, unrefutable. He took shots at Maggot. He did not take shots at D-Max. He did not. Well, they maybe did back when the whole Magnetar and all that shit was going on, but then he stopped, right? There was a period of it, and then it stopped. Just like they took shots at me, they took shots at Maggot, and rightfully so. We were not beyond criticism. We're not beyond people laughing and poking funs at us, right? And you have to take it on the chin. That's part of it. If you're going to be in this community, and you're going to make the type of videos and stuff that we were making, where we're laughing and pointing out and making fun, when those chickens come home to roost, you just got to take it, right? You got to take, when you mess up, when you step in it, you just have to take it on the chin. That's just how it is, right? I didn't do so well at it. I'm trying to do better. That's all I can say, right? Somebody, thank you for the gifted membership. I appreciate that, buddy. But he didn't, when he was poking fun at the way you talked and the little sounds and stuff that you were making in the Wall Smashers videos and stuff, that was directed at you. Max's name never came out of his mouth to my knowledge. And I could be wrong. If it is, I'm sure people can go and find those and clip it and whatever. And then I will say I'm wrong and stand corrected. But to my knowledge, it was directed at you. But when you made the tweet and you were using Max's success, you're essentially dragging Max into make fun at Wall Smashers, or rather now recording, right? And Max wasn't doing that. That's what I meant by dragging him back into it. You used his success as the stick to whop or smack or hit or whatever you want to call it, now recording over the nose. That's it. That was the newspaper. You whapped him on the nose with it. Make fun of Matt. Whatever, right? Which is what I said.
Fuck you, Peepaw! Fuck you!
Jessica Pizzle with 5. Matt Pitt, noun, a secret clique or a faction. Matt Pitt of dissidents, I guess. I guess, Jessica, I don't know.
Those are some big words. Holy.
Yeah, I don't know. I said my point is you tweeted out supporting D-Max, which was good, but then you also took shots at them for linking the two. Do you not see that? Right? And then she responds back to this saying why. And this was where she was back to, I didn't see the issue of being, okay, I don't see the issue of being supportive with Max. I also have an issue with you taking shots at Max. Just maybe don't do. She goes, why? Why she's not understanding my point of why she cannot use Max's success to take shots at now recording. Well, she goes on further to say, Max doesn't care and neither should you. I removed the tweets because he isn't petty and doesn't care for the gloating. And this is where I said, okay, because I seen that this was going off the rails, and because of the disconnect or the can be within these chats like this, because you see how she's going back and I'm going back and trying. You can't have a train of thought. It gets, to me, it gets jumbled. So I said, can we hop into a VC, right? I think something is being lost in this in the typing back and forth, right? And she says, no, or not, okay, because he has an issue or disagree with the shots I took. I think we can talk about it tonight on the recorded episode, rather. All right. So, that's it. That's what started all this, right? And now we've got 3 recorded episodes of Wallbangers on Burns' channel, where Maggot has repeatedly stated that she hasn't watched any of the videos, right? Which, to my knowledge, there was the original Wall Smashers where she didn't show up that night, that it was talked about briefly because Badwick asked me about it, and I talked very briefly. That's where, and she says this later on in here, she talks about how, and I think maybe even Byrne brings it up possibly too, about where I disavowed again her and D-Max. Well, for the record, I disavowed, right, D-Max's stance and tweets in the Magnetari issue, right, when I finally got to see the full timeline of the Twitter timeline and the tweets that occurred, and I seen what was going on.
Fuck you, Peepaw! Fuck you!
Jessica with another 5. Maggot edits verb of a person to be filled with intense but unexpected anger. Inwardly was Maggot edits at the slight to his authority. Jessica, okay. Thanks for the $5. I haven't had enough coffee to understand, but
I get it.
Okay. I'm glad somebody gets it. I totally lost my train of thought.
Thanks, Jessica.
So I disavowed what D-Max and the whole not alleging, what's the word I'm looking for? Implied, scamming, what have you, right? I still say that he never outright said he was a scammer. It was just very highly suggested, right? This here, I was not disavowing Maggot as a person. I did not disavow D-Max as a person. When Maggot made the tweet about now recording and the fact that D-Max had passed him as subscribers, I was disavowing the tweet. I thought it was unnecessary. You want to tweet out about his success? Tweet out about it. Go for it. Have fun. I have zero problems with that. I just didn't see the need to. That I disavowed. Okay? I never disavowed her as an individual or as a person. I still considered her a friend. I still considered D-Max a friend, right? The relationship with D-Max was strained, right? Maggot would fill me in, give me things here and there to let me know that he was okay. Like when the hurricane came through there, I was concerned about him and his mother's well-being and welfare. They, because they live there in Florida. Wasn't for sure exactly how where they were at in the track of of that hurricane. She was kind and gracious enough to let me know that they were okay, which I was thankful for, right? I had probably an unrealistic.
Fuck you, Peepaw! Fuck you!
Liana tipped $5. I can't believe, what was that? Oh, hang on here. Where is that not coming through the thing here? Oh, jeez, Liana, I'm sorry I missed it. Hang on here. What's this say? Let me make this big. I can't believe Ant didn't give Maggot a PC. Yeah, for real, Ant. Why didn't you give her a PC? But I just don't. Again, I lost my train of thought. I had hoped it was probably an unrealistic expectation, but I hoped at maybe some point in time that through Maggot, I would be able to get into a conversation with D-Max, and maybe we could, I don't know, start having, conversations again. But I come to the realization that was unrealistic, right? So anyway, let's get back into this.
I mean, I guess my next question for you, Maggot, is like, if you know that people are still have these preconceived notions of you, and they're always gonna have like, this vitriol towards you or this hatred towards you, why is it that you insist on responding to some of the stuff, right? When you know that no matter what you say or what you do is going to be twisted in any form of fashion.
Well, I think that it is true that I'm a very reactionary person. I react, and I'm, a bit of an emotional person. Yep. So I'm, I'm a mentally unstable girly or whatever. So that's how I operate a lot of time. But also it's for my own conscience. It's for my own conscience just to have my side out there, because I'm one of those people where just to me it's like I can't lay down at night and sleep well knowing that there are all these untrue things being said about me. It shouldn't matter ultimately, and really it doesn't matter. But for my own conscience, I feel better having my side out there. And then the other thing is this time around with this drama, with the Magnetar drama, it felt like a lot of people just were not on my side, plain and simple. With this most recent drama, I have had people coming to me in DMs, talking about them seeing inconsistencies and them seeing like people on them are just kind of like grasping for straws. So people are becoming more self-aware of
This statement kind of was a little bit confusing to me too. Grasping for straws. How am I grasping? I don't understand that one. I haven't streamed about this on my channel, right? I talked briefly about it on the Wall Smashers because I was asked by my co-host about, you know, a certain thing, this, that, whatever else. But every time that I talked about it, I've, in my opinion, I believe I kind of kept it pretty bland. I didn't attack anybody. I didn't go after anybody. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I wished when in these three videos that were recorded with Maggot, when she was addressing certain things pertaining to me, and that's all I'm going to speak to is what the things that she was talking about with me, is I wish she would have given, like, and pulled up the, you know, the evidence, like, here, this is where he's saying this, and he's you know, he's grasping at straws, or here's where he's doing this, or here's where he's doing that.
Here's the issue with that, Riverter. This is one of the problems that I have with this whole ordeal, right? Like, she's talking about how things are getting twisted and all that, but like, it's so unclear on what you have and haven't seen.
Yeah.
Because most of the information you get is coming from Burn. Because you
Yeah.
say you don't watch anything, and then we see you
Yeah.
in like K-Hug's chats. We don't know how much of that you've seen, but then you go on and say, "Oh, I haven't seen this, I haven't seen that." Like, so then there's probably a lot that gets lost in translation through Burn. It's not his fault. He can't remember everything.
Yeah. And there again, you know, if Burn or whoever, right, is sending, or, you know, you're having these conversations, whatever, it's like the party line. It's the old party line, you know, kids game you would do, right? You know, you'd whisper in this person's ear, and this person would then whisper what they thought they heard in the other person's ear, and so on, so on, so on forth down the line. And so then when it gets to the end of the thing, where it's totally not even close to the resemblance of what was actually, you know, said, right? And I understand her, you know, saying, I don't want to watch hit pieces on me. I get that, right? 100% get that. You don't want to sit there and watch someone just crapping all over you. I understand
Nobody
that.
does.
Nobody does. However, I think that objectively, going and watching some of those things, if you go in there and you listen, I think there could be nuggets of truth, things that you need to hear to make adjustments on how you conduct or act or behave yourself, right? Case in point, when the statement was made repeatedly, and correctly so, as I've said previously, and even in this stream, that I interjected myself and that I needed to stop doing that, I listened. So I quit, right? Which means when somebody tweets out and starts going at one of people that I am friendly with, or that or maybe I am friends with them, or they're what have you, I don't jump in there and I don't start defending. I am doing my best to try to treat each one of these people as they're adults. And it's up to them to decide whether or not, if they want to react or respond to the criticism, right? And if they do, then I will be supportive of them behind the scenes. I will help them do research if they want it. I will help them find clips, whatever. But as far as, you know, out there on the quote, the front lines, I'm not doing that anymore. I quit doing that. Right?
of the the fact that all the things said about me are not necessarily true or accurate. And so if I can even like change the minds of a few people about certain parts of this, then I'm happy with that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, if anybody has any stance against you, I think they should realize and see that Peepaw is backing off of this and self-inserting himself in this drama to, like...
Okay, so I want to address this statement by Chthonic here. I'm piggybacking off of this, and I've inserted myself in this. Okay. Me making that statement on my stream, right? That's inserting myself or piggybacking off of it. Really? Because I went to Maggot privately before I ever said anything about that tweet publicly. And I asked her, was D-Max aware of what she had going on right now on Twitter? And she sent me screenshots showing that Max was liking those tweets. And I simply said, okay, have fun. LOL. That was it. But remember, guys, remember what Maggot said. This is in her own words, right?
Yeah, but a real friend is going to call you out. You know what I mean?
Okay. I thought I was a real friend. I called her out. I thought what she did when she tweeted out that tweet was going to bring D-Max's names back in everybody's mouths. And people would start talking about D-Max again. Right? And was I wrong? Chat, was I? Did Now Recording talk about D-Max again? Yeah. Did Tommy C talk about D-Max? Yep.
Boy, did he.
Did others start talking about D-Max? Yep. Until the point that she now doesn't talk about D-Max. So if you listen to these Wallbangers...
Fuck you, Peepaw! Fuck you!
We have to mute whenever D-Max's name is mentioned because she's not talked about anymore. At this point, Lady Nurse with 20. At this point, Maggot will always have her timeline, and there will be the timeline everyone else has, everyone else sees. I hope those who are standing by her don't end up like her friends who are talking now. You know, I kind of keep chasing rabbits here, and I apologize for that. But when all this stuff blew up and Maggot decided to scorch the earth between me and her, because even though she says real friends call you out, she doesn't really mean that, in my opinion. Because when real friends do, in private, come to you and question you about things, right? And you say, no, it's okay. Everything's, he approves. So, and then you see in the Max didn't care. So why should I? I didn't care. And so if Max didn't care, why should I care? I didn't care. So if I didn't care, then why does it matter if I said something or not? That's what I don't understand. The disconnect there. If D-Max didn't care what you were saying, then why should it matter if I said something too? And so when all this stuff started blowing up and Burn, they put out the first video, whatever. Burn made this statement that he was starting to get a lot of flack about this. So I reached out to him in private. I said, are you truly getting a lot of flack about this? He said, yes. And he said, I'm just trying to be a friend. And I told Bern, I said, Bern, I hope that you can be a better friend than I was, obviously not. She needs friends. I still believe that. Maggot needs friends. Everybody needs friends. Everybody needs friends that they can talk to, that they can confide in, that they can go to, right? And if they're real friends, they should be able to disagree with you about things. They should be able to push back with you. You should be able to have a conversation and have a disagreement with them about the thing and say, okay, and walk away and still be friends and not scorch the earth. But evidently, obviously, from my experience, my own experience, that's not the case. I hope, truly, I hope that the ones who are around Maggot now can do that for her and can be those friends for her. She needs friends in her life. So anyway.
Get back into the content. I'm not afraid of saying that. I like, the bigger creators. I'm not against any of them. I don't really care. I don't have a stake in this drama at all.
Right.
But it's quite evident from the shit I've seen, the shit I've heard, and how people came back that he's piggybacking off of this to gain relevancy after running from the internet, after he's self-inserted himself into your guys' drama before. So it seems like a pattern.
Yeah. No.
So yeah, again, I ran. I made a mistake. I'm owning the mistake. I'm back. I'm accepting the criticisms that people lobbied at me that I think were valid criticism. Did I insert myself? Yes, I did. So that's why I stopped. And I don't think criticizing someone who was a friend tweet because I didn't think it was a good tweet, I don't think that's inserting myself. Because again, real friends call you out on your stuff. That's what I was doing, calling them out. And I don't know about this. Well, let's continue on because they really start getting into some weird stuff here.
I think 100% that's what's happening. And it's just like when he did the disavow thing too on the Wall Smashers live. And Xylee came on and accepted his apology. Now, granted, I will say, I did not watch that stream, but I heard that Abby Blackbird.
Did you hear that? I did not watch that stream, but I heard. Now listen to what she says here.
And Xylee came on and accepted his apology. Now, granted, I will say, I did not watch that stream, but I heard that Abby Blackbird was also in there and she was arguing with like people on Xylee and whoever. So I will say
that from my perspective, and those of you in chat, maybe you watched that stream. If not, it's still up. Go back and I don't have a timestamp for you. Just go and whatever. I wasn't arguing with Abby. Was she arguing with Xylee? Yes, she was. But Abby and Xylee have a ongoing rift, an ongoing beef, whatever, right? And Abby was trying to, I guess, from my perspective again, trying to use me to attack Xylee. But the truth of the matter was, there were some other things that happened, but the catalyst for the whole issue between Xylee and I was that I had kicked her from the Clear as Mud Discord because all this stuff that was going on. I was spurging, wasn't handling shit right. I've admitted to all this numerous times. And to where I eventually shut the server completely down and had every intentions of walking away from the internet. That's what I was going to do. So Xylee, in that particular situation, hadn't done anything wrong. Xylee did not throw me under the bus. Xylee did not, walk away from me. Xylee, nothing, right? Xylee and I had a falling out. That's all it was. And instead of it being a public thing, it was a private thing, and that's where it stayed. And when I kind of came back to my senses and I started had taken enough time away to where I could see from a top-down view. I went out and started apologizing to people. And maybe some people I didn't owe an apology to, right? And from their perspective, I didn't owe them apology, right? But that's, if you're offering an apology, it's because you felt like you owed them an apology, right? If the person that is giving the apology to, if their perspective, well, you don't owe me nothing, then there's no harm there. There's no whatever. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to make amends for things that I saw that I had done wrong, because I took time to reflect on what things that people were saying. And I felt like there were certain things that were said that were true, and I needed to do some self-reflection. And that's what I did. There were some things that were said that I give no credence to, and I didn't listen to it. It was just chaff, right? That's it. Period. Now, I don't know where Zadie and my relationship will go, because Zadie and I haven't, she's been on the road and whatever, and has had, things, and it's the holiday season, all that. Will Zadie and I ever get back to where we were talking like we once were all the time? I don't know. I don't know. It may never get back to that. It may. But the thing of it is too, this is another realization that I've come to, and that I know, is once you break trust with somebody, even though if you can, quote, mend the bridge or repair where you have lines of communication, that's always going to be something that's in that other person's back of the mind. Well, they did this one time, so they have to be guarded, and I understand that, right? But as far as things right now, Zadie and I are cool in the sense that there's no hard feelings between us. But it's not like we're in the DMs talking to each other all the time. It's not like we're getting in VCs. I don't call into her streams. I don't call into Tommy's streams. I don't call into Now Recording. So this whole concept that they're putting forth, that I've got, quote, commentary dick in my mouth, and that I'm doing this to be, quote, back in commentary, I got news for you guys. Go back and check my channel. Even when I started, even prior to the whole Magnetar thing, were there times that I covered drama content? 100%. Right? But it was very selected things. Am I a drama commentary? Yeah, sure, whatever. But I don't cover drama shit continuously. It's very sporadic, and it can only be certain things. Like I said on the Wall Smashers of the night. This thing that's going on right now, this whole dust up that's going on between me and Maggot and K-Huck and Maggot and Maggot and Jessica and Seth and all that stuff. This is a perfect type of drama for me, right? It's just friends that had a falling out. There's no PDF stuff. There's no essays. It's just people had difference of opinions of things. There were things that were said, bridges that got burned, whatever analogies, assessments, whatever you want to put. This is the perfect type thing. To me, this was the stuff that I originally really kind of got drawn into in commentary back when I started watching it in 2015, 2016. This was it. It was friends falling out over. It sucks that I've, potentially have lost some friends. I don't know if there'll ever be any building back with some of these people or not. I don't know. I'm hopeful that maybe one of these days we can, but if it doesn't, it doesn't, and I'll continue on. But, it's, I'm not, if their opinion is that I'm licking the boots of commentary and that I've got commentary dick in my mouth, that's their opinion. They're welcome to their opinion, but it's not how I see it.
That it could be because of Abby that Xylee accepted his apology. It may not have necessarily been about me per se, but apparently she did accept his apology, and so he's back in the house with her or whatever. So yeah.
From what I know about that is her problems with people were totally different problems, right? That's
Yeah.
That's why I don't really care that she accepted his apology. Her problems are totally different problems I have with people, right?
Yeah.
And I don't. Yeah, it's a totally different thing. I feel like.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, because they had other stuff going on. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that, but I know that their stuff is totally different from what you guys went through with the whole people stuff.
I mean, I like with Peepaw, like, I mean, I had a very good interaction with him last night. I mean, I even told him before and after, like, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. I even told him, like, I don't know, like, this could be a good stream. I don't want any drama on the stream. Like, we're here to hang out. We're here to get to know each other. And even I even told him after the stream, like, yeah, it was not what I expected. I respect the way it went. I did enjoy my time with him last night. At the time of this recording, I went on Peepaw's stream. I guess I can link that down below. But that's just a very good interaction I had with Peepaw. I don't know how you've interacted with Peepaw before, Maggot or Chthonic or really anyone else. I had one good interaction.
To my knowledge, to answer your question there, Burn, I don't think I've ever had any really interactions with Chthonic Echo. I don't think I've ever been in a VC with him. Could there have been some tweets back and forth? Possibly. I don't know. I tweet sometimes too much. And I pretty much shit talk on Twitter. That's what I do. It's not a real thing. It's nothing real. So I don't know.
But I also know that, like, you can still criticize someone if you had a good interaction with. It can give you a piece.
No, you can't. Evidently, you can't criticize.
See, Maggot, and you can still be able to criticize.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't know why that's a big thing.
I don't understand that. Like, Jessica Pizzle flat out in Flatlee's chat was like, "Well, if somebody gives you the PC to be like," it's like, no, I'm sorry, that nobody's gonna buy my silence. You know what I mean? Like,
first of all, I want to address this. I'm not going to speak for Jessica Pizzle. I don't know if she. Well, you know what? Let's see if I can. Hang on a second here, guys. Let's see if I can find the tweet real quick of what Jessica said. Let's see here. Jessica. Bear with me, folks. Jessica tweets too much too. But maybe I can quickly find. Is this no, I don't think that's it. Where's it at here? I don't know. Is this? Let me go back to this. Let's see what she's saying here. Let's see here.
You're not gonna buy me into not ever saying anything about you. Like, that's just not how that works. Like, that's really questionable behavior. I think, anyway.
Buy you into, I don't know. So I think this is where she first talks about it. Maggie got 1257 from K-Hug between the PC for people. And now this says she's a leech, which I've already addressed. I said I didn't agree with that assessment. I don't agree with that, but that's Jessica saying it. It's not me. Maggot gets, let's see here. What does this say? Maggot, who immediately gets her info secondhand from people like Burn the World, is so easily suggestible that someone like Echo Tragedy was able to convince her that Magnet Hurl's bad, hopes that K-Hug doesn't get influenced by others. It's a clear case of, okay, so again, I don't know. I wished, again, because what she is showing on screen right here, guys, is the DMs between me and her about the PC that I sent her. I don't know what this buying of silence. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't remember ever saying anything about, or even alleging to or alluding to, saying that, well, because I bought this for her, she should keep her mouth shut. And I don't know where she's drawing on that to say that Jessica said that. Jessica could have said that. I don't know. It's possible. I don't know. But I don't know where. Did she call in to? I don't know. Because, okay, Jessica's in chat saying because maggot twist things make me worse than they are. Again, because she says how she doesn't watch any streams. She doesn't what she's getting things secondhand from Burn. So Burn could, I'm not saying that Burn misrepresented. I don't know. I just think it would be better, honestly, if she would have just listened to it, taken notes, and said, "Hey," and show this, and then address those clips rather than just this rambling on about stuff. I don't know.
No, it's because it's not genuine. I've said this before. If anybody was on my side during the Ember Lily stuff, you should be on Maggot's side with that stuff, because it was a similar situation. You expect me? You can't.
How is this a similar situation? How am I toxic? I don't know a whole lot about the whole Ember Lily. I think all that stuff kind of happened when I was taking my siesta. What is he? Do you know what he's even referring to there? How is this a similar thing to the Ember Lily thing, or did I misunderstand what he said?
Say it again, real quick.
I think, anyways.
No, it's because it's not genuine. I've said this before. If anybody was on my side during the Ember Lily stuff, you should be on Maggot's side with that stuff, because it was a similar situation. You expect me? You can't expect to give someone stuff out of the kindness of your heart and expect them to not criticize you, or if you do something dumb, shit talk you.
Was that when I think he's talking about when Ember gave him money and like she was I don't. It was something like that. But the whole thing, it's like you weren't buying her silence.
No,
it's not what happened there.
I don't. Again, I don't know where how they're drawing these great leaps. Period.
Listen, Ember Lily's a crazy person. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
so I think that's what she was probably doing back then. Probably. Right.
Okay.
I don't
sure.
think Riverter would do that. That's not your intention.
Listen. Here's the deal. When I got the PC, or when the philanthropy fund rather bought the PC for like what's her name? What's her name? The crazy
Ico?
one, Ico, right?
Yeah, all you had to say was crazy.
I didn't know much about Ico, right? But it was brought in. I brought it to the committee, I think it was, and we, yeah, okay, fine, we got it for her. Then you turn around, and Ico was like, I was like, yeah, I was a little bit like, oh, you know, because crazy and stuff, right? And some of the leaps and bounds, and I was like, oh, I'm tied to this, right? But that doesn't. But I can't. Yeah, there's a curse. Evidently, there's a curse. Evidently, every woman that was received a PC. Okay, so the first woman received one was Jessica Pizzo. Need I say more? And the second one was Ico. Right. The third one was Maggot. Whew. The fourth one that received a PC was Squatching. Now Squatching, I'm holding out hope on.
Please don't mess this
up. Please, Squatching. Give me some redemption here. Please, oh Lord God in heaven, please don't turn out to be crazy. I'm joking, people. I don't think Jessica's crazy. I don't think necessarily Maggot's crazy. Ico,
they're all crazy.
Well, but anyway, I don't know. I don't remember ever in any of the people that I gave for crying out loud, Huggy. He was a early recipient. And then he came out. I don't remember ever even going back at Huggy. I could be mistaken. I think with that whole stuff, I was like, leave me out of this. I'm not commenting. I don't care. I'm not the type of person that if I give someone something out of the generosity, right? Either through, even in my own personal life over the years when I've, I've helped people, whatever. I don't necessarily expect that I'm owed anything. I didn't give anything to anyone ever with the expectations that they now are indebted to me or that they owe me anything. Period. Hell, I don't even expect a thank you. I'm not giving to make my, to how do I put this? I'm not giving to try to say, oh, look at me. I'm this good guy. I'm not. I'm a prick. I'm an asshole. I've said this from day one. I'm not this good dude. I'm an asshole. Evidently, I'm loyal to a fault, but then I'm not. I guess maybe I don't know, but whatever. I just live by a certain creed where I believe that I have been blessed. I have been given much. And when I have extra, I give it to those who are in need. And I don't expect anything in return. I don't necessarily expect loyalty. I don't expect a thank you. Maybe don't kick me in my balls. That would be nice. But if you feel like that's what you need to do as a response to me being nice to you, then fucking kick me in my balls, I guess. Right? Because it's not about me. It never was about me. Ever. It was about giving people, putting tools in people's hands to help make content that entertained as a whole. Sometimes it was a good thing. Sometimes it was a bad thing. Right? Sometimes it was positive. Sometimes it wasn't. It's like going to the casino, right? You take your shot, you put your money on the table, you roll your dice. Sometimes you come up 7 or 11, or sometimes you come up snake eyes. It's a gamble, right? You never know.
That's unreasonable expectations to hold somebody to, even when you do something nice for them.
And I didn't shit talk him. I saw this, I think, getting brought up a little bit about me. I didn't shit talk people. I guess you could say that I shit talked him on the Wallbangers episode that we did. But that was like after the fact. That was like after the drama. I didn't really shit talk him at all ever before that. So I'm not sure where.
Is it?
And guess what? I never shit talk maggot either. Right? The only time that I will say this, the only time that I ever was back when D-Max and I were still communicating and stuff, and the magnetar and stuff thing happened. I did reach out to D-Max and I said, hey, is there any way that you can maybe talk to Maggot? Because she was still tweeting and it just kept things stirred up, kept it. I said, and I said, he said, basically in a nutshell, what he said was, because this was a VC, so I'm not, but the gist of it is that he tried, but Maggot is going to do what Maggot is going to do. And I said, okay, I understood that. And I was just, okay, that's just something we're going to live with. Right. And so, it's like what we say with, I'm going to say, it's like I always say, Seth is going to do what Seth does because Seth is a goblin. Right. Doesn't mean that I don't still like Seth or love Seth or consider Seth one of my closest, dearest friends online. But it's Seth. I don't always agree with everything she does, and she doesn't always agree with everything that I do. At the end of the day, we're, we still just, we're friends. That's, so.
Was it your criticism towards him, like it feels like you're like harassing like the community?
Yeah, I think he's a commentary bootlicker. I think he's a bootlicker. I think,
So that might be where he, is like coming from, right? Like he said that, and he's like, "Oh, that's talking shit." But I don't really feel like it's talking.
Again, I don't agree with that assessment of being a commentary quote bootlicker or having commentary dick in my mouth. But if that's their opinions and that's their assessments, then you know what? That's their opinion. That's their assessment. Whatever. We just have to agree to disagree on that.
I feel like that's a criticism. Like, hey, you're kind of like, being a kiss ass, bro.
Well, my thought about it is just he went public first. You know what I mean? Like, they keep bringing up the whole me leaking that group chat thing. The problem is that I posted in the group chat that I was going to post it before I did.
I went public
Fuck you,
first.
Peepaw! Fuck you!
Quote, Jessica Piz with 5. She never shit talked to you prior that we know of. But if she did it to K-Huck, it's safe to assume she's like that to everyone. Well, that's okay. You're entitled to have that thoughts, whatever. If she says she didn't, I'm gonna believe that she didn't. I mean, and if that puts egg on my face once again, then guess what? It puts egg on my face once again. That's fine. But if I'm gonna take her at her word. Even now, with all this other, I'm still gonna take her at her word, or at her word rather. Hang on, let's back up because I don't understand this. How I went public.
Like, hey, you're kind of like, being a kiss ass, bro.
Well, my thought about it is just he went public first. You know what I mean? Like, they keep bringing up the whole me leaking that group chat thing. The problem is that I posted in the group chat that I was going to post it before I did. So it's not really a leak. Leaking information is doing it without the other person being aware of it. They knew I was posting it, so it's not really a leak. I don't.
So how did I go? I don't understand. I'm being legitimate here. How did I go live with it? What? She leaked the group chat. What is she on about? I'm befuddled by that.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Seriously, I don't. How did I leak this whole drama, this whole blow up between us, if she's the one that tweeted out the group chat?
Fuck you, Peepaw! Fuck you!
Tommy C just tipped $1. What does this say here? Hang on here. Oh God, what does it say here? Why is it not showing? Oh, hang on, here it came through. I think you're being. Oh, what does this say here? Why is it cutting it off? Okay, okay. All right. I think you're being really over the top and unfair to Maggot. Okay. All right, Tommy. If that's JFA. Remember at the beginning of the stream how I said you needed to go back, write up some new, that's what I'm talking about. Thanks for the $1, but weak sauce, my dude. Weak.
Yeah. I hope after this, we can.
Oh yeah, back to how did I don't understand if she leaked the Discord DMs between us trying to get an own on me, where I was asking her to go into VC so we could work all that out, and she put that out before the stream. I don't understand. Toxic, help me here. Help me with this old man brain.
I'm lost. I have no idea.
I don't know either, dude. Again,
You can find me on with all.
I think even after this, no matter what it is, I just think you should just stop responding. At this point, no matter what you say.
You know what? I agree with Cathodic on this one. Just stop responding. I've thought that from the beginning, but yeah. Anyway.
I think this is for most dramas. I think you should respond to most things like one and done. And the more and more you drag on, the more and more this drama's going to drag. Right? I think it's the best way to do it. This should be the last thing. Like, this should be it. This should be it.
Yeah.
I think this would be a good final finale of the I guess what Maggot called it, Maggot Apocalypse. I think this is a good finale. Maggot, you could say what you needed to say.
Maggot week. It is Sunday, so we're ending off Maggot week, I guess.
Let's go. Yeah, Kayla wants it over with. She said that publicly as well. That yeah, she's done. She wants this over with, and everyone have peace. I believe in the end, peace could possibly be achieved. Will it? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
I guess.
I know this is probably out of left field. I don't like the music that they put behind this edit.
I don't either.
I don't. I mean, I understand that they put it in there as kind of a filler for when conversation, whatever. I understand the intention, whatever. But and you want something that's kind of mild but this. Oh man.
Sounds like one of those videos. It's like a shitty makeup tutorial. Don't ask me
Yeah.
why I know this. With
Yeah.
like the music in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't hate on cathartic burn. It's just a
Poor editing choice. Okay.
it's just yeah. I don't like
I'm
the
picky.
editing. I don't like that edit. But there again, I'm not an editor. So yeah. Oh, it's a joke. Okay. All right. Fine.
Well, I don't
I
like
mean,
it.
Peepaw said on Wall Smashers that you have no intention to talk to him. Is there any way down the road
Well,
a
that's an
conversation
interesting
with
statement
Peepaw?
for him to make when I don't think I ever said that I wouldn't. So that's an interesting assertion for him to make. I think he's just assuming that I won't. But yeah, like
Is his assumption correct? Is his assumption correct?
I think right now it is. Yeah. With every-
Okay. So my assumption. It's a funny episode. It was a funny assumption for me to make, but my assumption was correct. Make it make sense. I don't understand. Okay, whatever.
everything that's gone on, especially just the last day or so, yes, because I yeah. Well, we'll get into that, the Peepaw thing, later, I guess, or whatever.
So we'll get
Give
into
me
the
other
Peepaw
questions,
thing.
Peepaw, if you don't-
We've been talking for 17 minutes, and it's all been about Peepaw. When are we going to get into? There's more. My Lord, At this point, I'm thinking maybe I just need to be drug up before the World Tribunal for War Crimes and just be tried and dealt with. That's what I kind of feel like it is, right? Is that toxic? Did you fall asleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
regarding this situation so far.
You only received APC from Peacock.
Yes. Oh, okay. Well, no. Excuse me. Let me correct myself. That's not true. Last year when I began streaming with K-Hawk, I did reach out to Peepaw and ask him if he would consider me for the philanthropy fund for a microphone. Because at the time I was using my phone to be a part of her streams, and it sounded really shitty. And he ended up saying yes and doing that. It was a $30 microphone. So yeah. He also gave Huggy like the same microphone. So I mean, yeah. I did ask him for the microphone. That's true. But yeah, that was the only thing I did ask him.
What I don't understand what does this have anything to do with anything? I don't, again, this is like really old news. This is really old stuff. I mean, because I put out when anybody who was beneficiary of the philanthropy fund, if they were agreeable to have that made known, I tweeted about it, right? To hype up the philanthropy fund and the things that it was doing, right? To show where the monies were going, right? Our money was going. So yeah, that was public knowledge.
Fuck you, Peepaw! Fuck you!
Badwick, $5 Canadian. Peepaw, I love you. Well, thank you, Badwick.
Well, he doesn't feel the same way, Badwick.
I like Badwick. I wouldn't say I love him. I like him.
Yeah.
But he's got that whole thing about the damn ketchup all over the steak, and that's just a lot to overcome. It is a lot to overcome.
Yeah, Badwick, save the ketchup for the pizza.
Save the ketchup or the French fries or something like that. I mean, I'm such a bootlicker. I am a bootlicker, Dragon or Doug. I'm 100% a bootlicker. I don't understand this whole. I don't understand going back so far, but
I don't know. I think she's just answering the question. I think we're looking too much into it.
Oh, maybe so.
They asked what all did she get from you?
From me?
Was it just the computer and then she?
That's it. She asked for a microphone. She got a microphone. Doug got a microphone. I'm sorry, not Doug. Huggy Bear. Huggy Bear got a microphone. She got a microphone. It came out on Flatley's stream that the person that wanted to remain anonymous, that I kept anonymous, was Matt, because Matt, his I don't know, I think he had a laptop was dying on him. He was having a lot of problems, and so the philanthropy fund got him a laptop. The only people that knew about that was myself and the people on the committee. One of those persons was DMAX. So I assume, and I know what happens when you assume something. That's where Maggot learned about the laptop was from through DMAX. Yeah,
that's a safe assumption.
Yeah, that's probably a safe one or whatever. So whatever. I mean, I when that was released on the stream the other night, I did reach out to Matt and apologized about that coming out. I don't know why Matt's logic or reasoning was for that not to be known, but that was his wishes, and so I was respectful of his wishes. And you know, I am, even though I had nothing to do with it, I still felt bad that that was made put to light. But anyway, and it wasn't like it was like a real basic entry level laptop. It wasn't much, and it was around the same price as like the refurbished desktops and stuff that I was getting. So it wasn't like this astronomical. Anyway, from my recollection, I'll put it that way. It wasn't like this astronomical amount that was spent. I mean, it wasn't like some big gaming top of the line. It just wasn't that, guys. So anyway, but for whatever it's worth, I am sorry that information got out because it was not supposed to. But anyway, it is what it is.
Ask for the PC. So
Okay. And then kind of the same question again. The money was the only thing that you really received from Chaos throughout the time working with her? Okay.
Yep.
That's really it then.
Yeah, and that's been screwed up too. So.
You're saying there was no deal on that, right?
No.
There was no deal.
I don't know why she said it. I don't know why she said it the way that she did. That we quote unquote made a deal. That's not really what happened. Like I said, she just sort of asked me for my PayPal one day, and I gave it to her. And I mean, she's admitted as much as well. I was a little bit annoyed because I saw her tweets. Who sent me the tweet? I can't remember. Somebody sent me the tweet that she posted, and I was a little bit annoyed because she didn't clarify that in the tweet, and I felt like it would have been important to do that. Like if you're gonna go on stream and make a statement like that, then you should at the very least clarify that on your tweet as well. Especially she says that she DM'd me, but she doesn't explain why or whatever. And it's like, well, you're coming off of making a 5-hour hate stream about me. Don't you think you should maybe clarify why you felt the need to DM me? But yeah, she did DM me about it. Apparently,
I think that's a little bit, she's talking about a 3-hour hate stream on her. Okay, we can call it that, I guess, if that's her assessment of it. But K-Huck was just responding to, well, she responded to your stream, right, that you did on your channel,
Yep.
where you revealed the DMs between you and her.
Yep.
Right, that she started sending you, like, basically once you were announced, right, is you were going to be one of the co-hosts on K-Huck's streams, right? Was that
Yeah.
kind of okay? Which I thought was kind of, I think that was in poor taste, where some of the things that she was saying in there, to you.
Yeah, look, I don't want to dive back into it too much, but
Yeah.
it really rubbed me that the timeline of it all, because it was like my first week on the show.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not just talking shit. It's like it's the first week of me joining, so it's like you're trying to take her down because you're bringing like a new co-host who's coming on. You
Yeah.
just instantly go like, you shouldn't do this. It's not worth it. Bad, 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 bad. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like you're trying to take down Chaos instead of just talking shit.
But she said in one of the, I don't know if it was maybe the second one, maybe. Or what, or maybe, yeah, because the second one was the one that they did after your stream. And she was talking about how, no, in fact, she was actually excited that you and Squatchin had came on there because it made it easier for her to leave. Right? Or something along those lines. She didn't feel as bad about leaving. She was actually relieved that you two had been, selected to come in. Which I thought was kind of, anyway, whatever. let's continue
So
on.
Jessica Pizzle apparently posted a completely out of context clip on Twitter, which is annoying in itself. The clip that she posted only mentions the part where K-Hut says what I was paid. My time working with her. It doesn't include the part where she says it was her idea, which is very interesting. Very interesting how that was clipped and conveniently left out. And I would say that most people are not going to sit through a 5-hour stream to find out whether to like listen to all that. So they're going to see that clip that Jessica posted, and they're just going to take it at face value. Because a lot of these people aren't going to bother to actually look themselves and see any more than just what she posted, which is her saying what I was paid, which wasn't even accurate, by the way. I'm not gonna like make a big deal out of it. I'm sorry.
How much was it? Sorry, I just want to say, like, if we're gonna be talking about how much she threw out there, do you know what exact number it was?
So yes, so the number that she originally quoted was $1,257. What it actually totals out to is $1,248, which is why I'm not gonna like.
So $9 difference between what K-Hux says and what Maggot says. $9. Okay, whatever.
Die on the hill because it's such a small difference that it could just be that somebody, maybe she just fucked up on the math, you know what I mean? And so it's a little bit more. But it is actually a little less than what's being quoted. But that's not necessarily
here or there.
Yeah, that's kind of here and there. That's not my qualm with it, right? My issue with it is that people were acting as though I took her for a ride for all this money, when in reality, the December 18th stream where we talked about the Weird Color Drama, which is ultimately where I decided to leave the show, from December 18th up until February, because the last time she gave me a payment, which Bern has the screenshots for this, I sent you the screenshots as well, Pathonic, of my PayPal. The last payment I ever received from K-Huck was in February, the 21st of February. So between December 18th and February 21st, I made a total of $156 over a 2-month period. So over 2 months of when I decided to leave and the last time she paid me, I made $156. I don't.
Pretty
I guess
good.
to me, it's a drop in the bucket. Like, I think $156, I don't think is even enough to buy like groceries for 2 weeks for my 3 kids. You know what I mean? So, and that was something that that was over 2 months. I was getting like $5 here, $9 there, $15. It wasn't like I got all this money at once. But the other part of it is that like 90%, if not more, of the money that I made from K-Huck was before I decided to leave the show, which is all money that I earned myself. I know that there's a lot of.
So I want to talk just very briefly.
Can I just
Yeah, go ahead.
Go
ahead.
Right, can I just do a funny thing real quick? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
$156 is pretty close to 10% of the money you actually got. That is correct. I just wanted to say that. And you got that in 2 months. That doesn't matter that much, right? Like, it's irrelevant how much you got in the 2 months from whenever you were talking shit.
Yeah.
You were still talking shit.
Yeah, I think that's where the disconnect is, and of course, obviously, I'm not going to speak for anybody who was going after the whole money thing, whatever, right? But from my personal opinion, and the way I would, if somebody had been, which there has been people in my life that have, given me gifts or given me, things, whatever, when I was in a bad spot, people helped me financially when I was in a bad spot. What I don't do is then when, I have a falling out with them or whatever, which that didn't ever happen. But if I did have a falling out with them, I wouldn't go around to, multiple people and, talk down on them. Right. I wouldn't do that. So I think that's kind of what people are saying here is it's not that K-Huck gave you of her own volition, right, which she has corrected, that she decided to give her the donos and stuff to help her out because she was in her and her husband, family, whatever, was in a better financial situation than what Maggot was in. Because as Maggot says, she is a quote broke bitch. Then, and she was being generous and doing that. I just think that people look at it as it being tacky, that to be receiving that, gift or whatever you want to call it, and then run around and say the things that you were saying behind her back. I think that was the gripe or complaint. It would be for me anyway, or might be my position. I once again, I don't want to speak for anybody else, but for me, that's just what I personally. I just think it was in poor taste, right? But I'm a bootlicker.
Podcasts don't operate this way, but quite a few of the podcasts that I've been a part of, I haven't been a part of that many, but like Clear as Mud and K-Huck, and even when I was doing that little podcast, people started where we were interviewing people. So I got paid for K-Hucks, and I got paid when I was on Clear as Mud as well. I only get paid one time because obviously, that fell apart. And then for PPOS, when we were doing that, he was like discussing giving me AdSense. And I want to be clear that for the Clear as Mud thing and him discussing AdSense, I said that I did not need to be paid.
All right, let me address this. So when Clear as Mud was formed, it was originally Banana Grabber and myself. As the founders of that podcast, we established a policy right then and there that it was to be 50-50. Everything was to be 50-50. Right. Now Banana went on and he's not even part of really the internet anymore. I don't even think he has a Twitter. I think he does videos or music. He does his own like music thing uploads that he does, whatever. But he's for the essential part, he's out of the quote, YouTube thing or whatever. But that policy was in place. Okay. So then when Gigi and Seth came on, right? And they were the initial, quote, replacements or whatever. They came onto the show. Explained to them the policy was everything was split, would have been 3 ways, so it'd be 33%. They both said, they didn't want the money. They wanted the money to go to the philanthropy fund, which I was, gracious. That's okay, fine, thanks. Makes things a lot easier accounting wise for me, because then it all just went straight into the philanthropy fund. All the money that Clear as Mud was bringing in, and then Jessica joined, and D-Max joined, right? And Jessica had the same stance that her part would go to the philanthropy fund. D-Max took his cut, which was his right. I'm not throwing shade, and I'm not saying this to say, oh, well, they gave, but no. That's just the facts. That's what it was. And then when Maggot joined, it was still the same thing, where the monies went to they gave, but Maggot kept her cut and D-Max kept her, which was their right to do. They worked, they put in they contributed to it, and so therefore they were compensated. It wasn't a lot of money. It was just a few, $6 or $7, I think, was what maybe Maggot. I think they show a PayPal thing here in a minute, or whatever, where it has it on there. It was like $6, $7. It wasn't. The show didn't generate like oodles and oodles of money, right? So it was, it was never that type of thing. So
I told him, you don't have to pay me. Like, I don't care. You don't need to pay me. I'm cool. Like, you don't have to. I'm good with that. And there was no expectation for payment from K-Huck either. So it's really gay for them to act like I took her for a ride for all this money, when in reality, I earned, like I said, like more than 90% of that money I earned before deciding to leave the show.
And okay, so she uses the term earn here, and I'm going to address something too, right? So if this was strictly a boss-employee relationship between her and K-Huck, right? I think we've all shit-talked our bosses, right? On the jobs, right? You don't like the boss does this, this boss does that, whatever, you shit-talk. I think that's a normal thing. Toxic, have you ever had a job?
Yep.
Have you ever shit-talked your boss?
Yep.
I've had different bosses. I've shit-talked every one of them, right? It's normal. But this was not a traditional employer situation, right? This was friends that was doing something together that generated some money. And one of the friends, the one who was running, was on their channel, decided to give the money that came in to the other friend. This was not employer-employee. That's not, it's so essentially you were shit talking about a friend, not a boss. I think there's a distinction there that can be made.
So,
do you want me to show the PayPal statements, by the way?
sure, you can show the ones that are all censored and everything. That's fine. I have no problem with that at all.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
With the people on the Clear Love stuff, do you have DMs of like him like insisting on pay, or is it like more of a extension? I don't want to probably like too deep.
I might. I knew.
Don't have to dig for them. Confirmed it. It wasn't me insisting. That was the policy of the show. It was a policy that was established back with Banana and I. You don't have to dig, so
DMs with
don't worry about
pretty much
that.
everybody the other day. But I might have DMs. I would have to go because I recorded all his DMs and all K-Hucks and whatever, like 2 weeks ago or whatever. So I'd have to go through and look, but there might be. We also did voice call, not a lot, but occasionally. So it could have been something that was discussed when, you know, like, I don't know. There could be messages of it, but I'm not going to say for certain because it could be something that we discussed through a call or like while we were waiting for a guest to come on to interview or like after we interviewed somebody, you know what I mean? So I don't want to speak for sure about whether I have that or not. I would have to look, but.
Okay. That's about it.
But if he's being honest, then he would acknowledge that I did tell him he didn't have to pay me. But yeah, so I would say I don't want to come down super hard on K-Huck, but she was dishonest in that clip. She was being dishonest.
All right, so let me be honest. She did say I didn't have to pay her. Okay, so that I'm in good faith here. Where she gets things right, I don't have a problem acknowledging she got things right. Right? But then there's things that she says I disagree with. So
Dishonest in that clip, we didn't make a deal, and she knows that, which is why she reacted the way she did afterwards by, you know, DMing me and making a statement on Twitter. Although I wish she would have corrected that on Twitter as well and not just privately to me in DMs. But that wasn't true. The amount was not correct either. But I'm not going to die on that hill. The statement that I took her for a ride for like 4 months is not correct either. It was 2 months at best, and you know, $156. I'm sorry, it's not that much money. Especially not when it's $156 over the course of 2 months. You know, that's it's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money, especially when you're only getting it like, you know, $5 here, $9 there. Yeah, that's not a lot of money. And Jessica Pizzle is a retard who can't clip, apparently. Like, why would you post a clip like that out of context? Like, you conveniently left out. They acted like this was some big own on Flatly Stream, by the way. They were like, well, wait, didn't she say otherwise? Okay, well, why didn't you include that in the clip then? Why did you post this clip where...
yeah, I'm just not going to say nothing on this one.
You didn't include the part where she says it was her idea and that, you know, it wasn't me who did it. Like, that was all her choice. It's really gay. It's really fucking gay. I don't understand why the go-to in all of these situations is just like taking the autonomy away from these grown-ass people. By the way, these people are older than me. K-Huck is older than me. Peepaw is older than me. But apparently they have no autonomy.
Why does that matter? That has been a recurring theme throughout, I think, every one of these Wallbanger episodes. Because she's a 30-something-year-old woman. I'm 56 years old.
You're all older than me. Get fucked.
Yeah, why is that even, why? I think isn't that what they call a red herring? Right? It has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I said this on Now Recording about something completely different yesterday, but it applies here too. In this community, age is literally just a number.
Yeah. I don't understand that. Whatever.
And I'm just like out here with fucking hypnotizing people into doing whatever I want, I guess. So.
I mean, I talked to K-Rock, me and Flatly about it. She didn't mean it in a malicious way.
No, I think she was used. I think she was used in that situation, if I'm being quite honest. I think, although what she said was incorrect on that stream, from what I was told, I guess Nietzsche and Seth were in the chat and they were spamming the incorrect number.
Yep.
Yeah.
So again, what you were told. I don't. Okay.
And so I believe that is why she felt she had to say it. And so actually, I know I'm pretty sure that's why, because she said so in DMs to me. Let me see here. So she sent me a DM that says, hey, long time no chat. Listen, I only wanted to respond to what was being said, and that was it. I said this last night, and I meant it. This is my one and done on the matter. I don't want to talk about this anymore publicly or privately, which I think is kind of convenience after you throw something like that out there, but whatever. She says, I just want all this to end. The money situation, the going back and forth on Twitter, the streaming, all of it. The only reason why I brought up about the money was to indicate that I was the one who initiated it, which, I mean, I don't know about you guys. We can pull up the clip if you want, but that did not feel like what was being stated. Especially in the disingenuous clip that Jessica Pizzle posted. It did not feel to me that it was just being brought up because she was the one who initiated it. It felt like it was being brought up to assert that I'm like a scammer or like whatever. I don't agree with that at all.
Assert that you're a scammer. I don't believe that was ever even implied by Jessica. She said you were a leech, but I don't believe she ever implied you were a oh boy.
And it is what it is. I didn't want to initially talk about it, but I had a feeling that it was going to come out sooner or later. So again, this goes back to Seth and Nietzsche spamming it in chat. Yes, it's going to become public because you made the decision to entrust this information to people who want to weaponize it against me. So yes, it would have become public.
Is this where I draw the analogy about you going around and telling everybody that K-Huck had a substance issue to try to weaponize that to be used against her? Is that a fair criticism to make? I don't know. Maybe not.
for that reason, which is also her fault. So, because she didn't have to tell them any of that information, she chose to. Some friends you got there, okay?
Yeah, the final payment. Even this one, I'm gonna show this one. This is probably the only screenshot I'm gonna show, unless you want me to show all of it. But this one's pretty interesting. Yeah, the final payment is the February 21st.
Yeah.
Okay, I stand corrected. It wasn't $7. It was $17.36, guys. Her part was $17.36. So, if I do some math here, because there was me, Seth, Gigi, Pizzo, Max, and her. That's 6. So let me bring out my calculator here on my old.
$102.
Okay. So we made $102, which means guess what? We beat the threshold to get paid for that month because YouTube has a $100 minimum. So we beat it by $2, and her part was $17.36, which means that D-Max would have gotten $17.36 as well. So there you go. There you go.
Hey, they can probably go on a date.
Yeah, there you go. Jeez. Have a Big Mac meal or maybe some chicken nuggies or something.
Wow, that's being generous, right?
Yeah.
In this economy.
Yeah.
Next day, you get a clear as mud payment. Let's go.
Yeah.
That was personally funny.
Yeah, no, I ain't left that one in. Actually, if you go back and you look through my PayPal stuff, one of them has Jessica Pizzle in it. Did you see that one? It was December 27th. Her name is public.
Wait, now you're siphoning money.
Hey, they're missing
Yes,
the.
because you know why?
They're missing the February 23rd where the Echo payment came in. There was actually 3. No, I'm just kidding.
The Echo payment. There we go.
You know why? This is why. Okay. Almost every time somebody has come to me and asked me to make something for them or like make an edit for them, and usually I just say it's free because I don't care. Like I don't care about making money for it. That's why this is also fun.
See, you know what, Toxic? And if you would have just held off just a smidge, you would have got your edit free video intro edit from her too.
Maggot, I apologize. I take back everything I said. Can you please finish my stream intro? Please. I'm asking nicely.
Yeah.
Okay. Burn. Tell her I'm sorry. Okay. And I would like my stream intro. Thank you. It was a really good intro. I liked it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maggot has a lot of talents. She's a talented person.
I don't agree with Beckett. Beckett has the take that like D-Max is talented and all that. Like, I think they're both talented.
They were both extremely creative and talented. They were. You know, and like I say, I personally feel like some huge assets were lost because, again, like I said, beginning of the stream, a lot of the clips and stuff that Maggot did over the years was used by lots of creators, right? She was kind of known unofficially as, like I said, the clip queen. And we've lost all that, right? And I think, like I said, anyway, but so.
Funny to me because like I don't care about making money for any of this. I am a broke bitch, but at the end of the day, I don't care. I was willing to do it all for free. But with Jessica Pizzle, she's one of the only people. She is, in fact, I think the only person I ever charged in commentary to make a stream intro for. The only person, and I'm so glad that's aged so well. I'm glad she's the only person I charged. She's the only person that I wasn't like, well, you know, I don't usually pay. Nah, I took that bitch's money. That whole $25, Jessica. Yeah, that's fine. Fuck you, whore. Okay, fuck you.
Okay, so wait. She's willing to pay people she doesn't like to make the. Okay, I'll give you. I don't know about 25. You know, I'll give you that $17 clear as mud payment. All right, we can pretend like clear as mud's still going. All right. I'll give
$17.
You $17.
Yeah,
for
$17.
You already got most of the work done, right? Hopefully you didn't delete everything. You might have, but you know.
Yeah.
I want to start streaming. I do some fun things.
Listen. I'm horrible at editing. Can I throw together some little shit things here and there? Yeah, I throw little shit memes. I put out one last night that was 100% a shit talking trash meme. I could do okay with like that. It's not nothing, you know. Occasionally I can edit and put together, you know, videos on this channel, but I'm not talented. That's not, you know, whatever. So, but those two were very good at edits. They were very good, you know, at doing things. But anyway.
Jesus. So Jessica's new tweet is going to be $25 for me. Like when it comes to Echo, me and her battled about it when I was on Chaos Stream about fucking like Echo tragedies. Like, bro, Like, I don't give a fuck that you got money for Echo Tragedy. Do not use it against Maggot, bro. That's the one person you don't need to be like, in a way.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's probably taken out of context, but when I say victimized, like, I mean, Chaos and Peepaw, and then you add Echo Tragedy in that fucking tweet, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it looks really
That guy
bad.
is not a victim. That guy is not a victim. Oh, right, he got secondhand news. Yeah, so yeah, you got fucked. But yeah, bye-bye. Who gives a fuck? Why even include Echo fucking Tragedy in this argument? It's like the one person not to.
What's the definition of a scam anyways? It's like you pay for something and you don't receive anything. It's not like he didn't receive anything. You know, he just didn't receive anything new. So, you know.
Which makes you a leech, apparently.
Yes.
Because he was included into the leech.
I do want to read the last part.
Wait, sorry.
I want to read the last part of what this thing that I have highlighted from K-Huck, which is just, I didn't want to initially talk about it, had feelings to come on it. It was not my intention to make you look bad. That is why I attempted to make it clear that it was my idea. Yeah, I think, you put information in the hands of people who were going to do nothing other than try to make me look bad with it. So I don't know what you thought was going to happen there. That seems like a lot of naivety on your end. Which
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't seem malicious. I don't think like a lot of the stuff K-Hawk has done is malicious.
no, and I've said I don't think that K-Huck is a malicious person. But you know, if me being a friend of hers being called into question like it is, which I will admit I did shit talk her, then you might want to look at the people you're currently friends with because I don't know if they're any better. I don't know if they're any better.
Yeah.
So if they're willing to do that.
All talk of the people in the DMs. I don't know why
Yes.
at this point it matters. But I get like,
That's
you want
the
to podcast with them and you got money from them, but like shit talking criticism happens regardless. That's like Cathonic
Yeah,
says.
the
Like,
money thing-
it's gonna happen either way.
The money thing is really gay though, because again, like more than 90% of the money I earned was prior to deciding that I was going to leave, and that's their big hang up, right? Their big hang up is that I took money from her after deciding I was going to leave the podcast. Well, but more than 90% of that money I earned prior to making that decision, so that's not true. It's just not true.
Again, I do I have to clarify on that? Well, I think they were upset. It wasn't about the money or how much she received afterwards. It was what she was doing while receiving it. But again, I don't want to put words in Jessica's mouth or Nietzsche's mouth or Seth's mouths or anyone else's mouths that were out there, you know, with the money. Me personally, if you're receiving gifts from a friend and then you're out saying the things that you were saying behind the scenes, alleging she had, you know, substance abuse issues, I don't know. I think that's
Scummy.
snaky behavior. There we go. The snaky behavior. I think it's scummy. It's snaky. It's whatever you want to label it. Me personally, I just think it's just not cool. I shit talk people. 1000%. I shit talk people. I shit talk them on streams. I shit talk them in DMs. That's nothing new. Everybody does it. I don't give a shit about shit talking. Right? But I don't know.
True.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so if you worked a week of work and then like you put in your 2 weeks and then you paycheck the week you got, that you're clearly not working there anymore. It's not like you stole the money, you're getting paid for what you worked.
Yes.
And I agree with you on that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I do think that's a really dumb thing to be harping about.
It's especially dumb when the person comes out and is like, "This was my idea." You know, it's just like, "What are you guys doing?" At that point, to me, it's
But it wasn't a job. Right? His whole assertion was like you turned your 2 weeks, and then you still get paid. It wasn't. Was there a 1099 filed for contract labor? Was there an employment application that she filled out? Or was this just two friends that were doing a podcast together or doing YouTube, content? And one of them was giving them the donations and stuff. Maybe it's semantics. Maybe it doesn't really matter. I don't know. But to me, there's a little bit of a difference between friendship and sharing and giving and to a friend and then working for an employer and you leaving that job. I just maybe I'm getting hung up on it. Maybe it doesn't really matter. I don't know. But to me, I see a difference.
just like blatant. Maybe I'm wrong in wording, but it's just like blatant character assassination, I think is what I call it. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I don't have a character left to assassinate.
What's that?
She was talking about character assassination. What was she doing to K-Hawk?
Yeah. Because she would come and there would be times where, like, say, we would, Max and her and I would be like playing Fortnite or something, and she would be talking about K-Hawk, right? and she would be, saying these things about, constantly being, drunk on stream and doing, being intoxicated and this, that, and whatever else. And I was like, well, I would encourage her. You need to talk with her. You're friends with her. You need to, this needs to be a conversation that you have. If this is truly something that's going on, you need to have that conversation with her. Right. Now, could I have went to K-Huck about that? 100%. And no excuse. I could have, but K-Huck and I didn't know K-Huck that well. I would say I still don't know K-Huck that well. Not well enough to come to her and say, hey, look, I hear you have a drinking problem. Which turns out wasn't true according to her husband. It's not true, right? According to K-Huck, it's not true. So, I don't know how. I probably didn't handle that situation right either. And I'll take that and I'll own that. But I don't know how I could have. I just encouraged her to go talk to her about it and to address it and maybe deal with it. But instead she went to like Toxic and Beckett and who else? I don't know. So yeah, I would consider that kind of a character assassination.
Assassinate, fair enough, but like that feels like
it's over for you.
Yeah,
It's kind of over for you.
I think it's just, like I said, I don't think it's necessarily character assassination. I think it is reaching for straws, like right now. I think a lot of what things is happening right now with a lot of like the drama that's going on. It is, we're in a drought. We're in a huge drought.
We're in a drought. We're in a huge drought.
No, we're not.
What?
There's a lot of drama going on right now.
There's Dogpack. There's Mr. Beast. There's what's her name? The chick that smoked her dad's ashes. Rosanna, right? There's that. There's Fousey Tube. There's
Himpleton.
There's Joke. There's this whole thing, whatever this is. There's big, small. There's drama everywhere. There's content everywhere. I disagree with you on that one. I think there's stuff for days to be talked about.
You just got to know where to look.
So,
Yeah, exactly. Tectone, yeah, that just started popping off.
I mean, anything's gonna be used as that. And you and one other particular person right now are getting it pretty hard. So.
Oh, who's the other person?
Our boy Himpy. Our boy Himpleton.
Oh, Himpleton.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Himpleton.
Yeah.
So it's his turn. It's his turn after you.
Well,
Early.
he is friends with that one guy, so I guess I don't really care. What's that called?
Okay,
That one guy, the one he likes him young or something.
Whoa.
You know what I'm talking about. You know.
The crazy implication.
What's she talking about?
I don't know. I don't know who she's talking about there. She says, I think she said something about, what was it? Like some young or something like that or something. I don't know. Is she talking about just a, is she talking about, is it just a robot? Is that maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's neither. I don't, whatever.
I know.
Stowaway comment.
No, it's over.
Never mind. I'm wrong.
Well, they're not friends anymore. They're not friends anymore.
Oh.
I can't say anything about it. Okay.
Yeah, because wasn't Himpleton and JR just a robot? Weren't they kind of buddies and shit?
I think so.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Looks again. It doesn't matter.
The bridges burn is what you're saying. Okay.
Yes, bridges burn. A lot of people burn the bridge with Himpleton conveniently nowadays, but it is what it is.
It's kind of like that's just how commentary is like.
Morale.
95%.
Morale. Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
speaking of anti-commentary, did you see like Red Hood go against Jessica Bizzle really hard to the point where she called him bad faith?
Really? Over what?
Who went after Jessica Pizzo?
A lot of people burn the bridge with Himpleton conveniently nowadays, but it is what it is.
It's kind of like that's just how commentary is like 95% of the time.
You know what? You know, speaking of anti-commentary, did you see like Red Hood go against Jessica Bizzle?
Red Hood. Okay. Lord, Red Hood. We're bringing him. Okay.
Really hard to the point where she called him bad faith.
Really? Over what?
Because flatly correct, because Liana made the tweet about like Maggot and K-Hug made a deal and like flatly like tried to like correct the record. So I'll give credit where credit's due. We're like, no, K-Hug did it herself. She even told us. And then like Jessica for some reason dropped in, and then like Red Hood's like, dude, you dumb bitch, you dumb dummy head, stupid. And she's like, you're a bad faith actor.
That's so base because they're literally like friends. So that's pretty basic for that, to be honest. No, I've had a few people. I had somebody come to me recently who was actually somebody that being K-Hug interviewed, who was like, you know, in my DMs, pointing out how stupid the whole thing was and how they're like reaching for straws. And they also did talk about the fact that they thought that they had better chemistry with me because my questions were better. But that's neither here nor there. So you know, whatever. That's just
Damn, that's slight, bro. Goddamn, you just can't stop slighting people, bro.
They're gonna stop doing it to me. What the fuck? I don't care.
You have to be the bigger person. You have to be the better person.
See, that's why they're like, you're a cry bully. They won't stop doing it to me.
See, I don't understand the cry bully thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I looked up the cry bully definition and
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn.
commentary. No, I looked at like a few different ones. It wasn't just Webster. It was like I looked at a bunch of different versions of it. But
Okay.
commentary, word for word, fits that definition. Like commentary in its entirety, 100% fits that definition.
I feel like this is anti-commentary
100%.
rhetoric. Speaking of,
Yeah, 100%. You know, I am anti-commentary bootlickers. That's right.
Seems like it.
That's right.
You're there. You just totally
But what-
anti-commentary.
Yeah, anti-commentary bootlickers, Katana. Get it right. This is another subsection. It's like
Oh, it's a
it's
subsection.
commentary
Is it
hell.
below that, or is it like adjacent? Like,
Well, I think bootlickers are like it's as low as you get, really. You know.
okay, so it's just below that, not adjacent.
So commentary hell, basically.
They are the schmegma. They are the schmegma under commentary hell's boot. Okay, is how I'll put it.
Oh, goddamn. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No,
Oh, by the way,
let's
speaking
go.
of taking shots, I recently heard that Andy Worski cheated on Leona Taylor with a hooker. So that's.
Oh.
Whoa.
Okay. Goddamn. Why are you taking all these shots,
I'm just
bro?
saying. She said it was embarrassing the other day when I was in chat, and I think it's embarrassing that your boyfriend cheated on you with black hookers. So you know.
It is. You know you're gonna get shit for this, and then
I don't
they're gonna be like, let's do a Wallbangers
It's not even real.
burn.
It's not even
We're
real.
gonna-
It's not even
we're
real.
gonna do- Oh yeah, whatever.
It's not
You're
real.
lying.
The person that I got the information from is not a reliable source. So, by the way, actually, I have something. I'm curious about this. So on Flatley's stream for the brief period that I was there, he was like going through K-Huck's stream or whatever, right? And it was
Yeah.
on a part of K-Huck's stream where she was like reacting to Toxic's stream, and I briefly
so.
heard Toxic saying something like,
Well, where's your part now, Toxic? Now you can get excited. Now you can pay attention.
Yay, we can talk about me now. Finally, it's about me. Go.
All right, here we go.
something like he just kind of got fed up. Like he was making it sound like I've just been like taking shots at him for like I don't know 7-8 months now. And that's why he did what he did. And I'm just very confused because I'm like, when? Like other than this most recent now recording tweet, when have I gone after Toxic Piplup? Like I genuinely don't understand.
Is it-
So she did watch my stream?
I think she said maybe it was a clip or something, maybe.
Oh, I got clip chimps out there. Who's clipping my streams?
I don't know.
You
You should be glad
Burn.
that they're clipping it though.
Yeah, thank you. No, I didn't say Maggot said anything about me, ever, because she hasn't, until this drama started. What I said was I was tired of her taking shots and not recording, because my podcast. Well, I'm a part of the podcast. It's all of our podcasts. It's also my podcast. It's Matt's podcast. It's Beaver's podcast. Cord, Mitch, Beckett. It's all of our podcasts. Like, you take one shot, I don't really give a shit, all right? Now recording sucks, whatever. All right, but you keep going. Eventually, it's like this straw that broke the camel's back, all right? And I was already, like, unhappy with some other things you were doing, but it, like, just, you keep piling on and piling on. Eventually, things happen. And that's where we are now. And now I don't have a stream intro.
So if there's anybody out there that's really talented and can do stream intros, I would tell you tweet at Toxic, but you can't. He doesn't have a Twitter.
Rip.
Get in touch with me.
Discord.
You get Discord. Reach out. Go to the Now Recording Discord and reach out to Toxic there and say, "Hey, I will be glad to do an intro for you."
Yeah.
So that he has no excuses not to stream and stuff, because he's got people exactly. He's got people around him that are really kind of busting his hump about making more content. So if you want more content, so there you go.
I will stream.
You will stream.
I have niche topics too. Topics you're not even thinking of. Dramas you don't even know about.
Yeah.
I know about them.
Exactly. That's why I go and find out stories about how a doctor walked around naked in his office playing with his willy and dropped his baby batter on one of his nurses who just happened to be someone he was dating and was treating as a patient. So there was that whole thing. That's another stream. Go check it out.
What did you want to stream on that?
Exactly. There's all kinds of stuff to be talked about out there, right? It just, I still, man, it's just really dry. No, you're not looking. You're
You know
not
what week of the
looking.
year it is, pal? What week is the hottest week for drama every year?
Yeah.
What week is it? Riv?
It is Thanksgiving week, and everybody knows that during this time of the year, commentary implodes.
Yep.
It's
It's
like
not even Thanksgiving yet. I
it's
don't
not
even
even-
know. It could
Yeah.
get worse.
Well, quite honestly, I really do wish something else would blow up so we could move on away from this and get on to something
this is
else.
I think
I hope
we're,
so.
we're basically done with this one.
Yeah. I honestly, I was like really going back and forth, but, after like 3 videos and I, just kind of remain quiet, whatever. I was like, I'm just, and there's anyway, so I'm not going to get into this, whatever. I'm not going to get like nitty gritty. It's just
Like going after not recording after going like after all of them, right?
No, I feel like they should know better. I've said that many times. I think I've even actually told Toxic personally that I don't have any problem with him and I never have, and to never take my jokes seriously, because like I don't have a problem. And the other reason why I bring this up is because on the last Wallbangers we did, Jessica Pizzle, God love Jessica Pizzle, she's gonna push this in the algorithm too with a bazillion comments. But she left a bunch of comments under the last one, which I don't know if she has or not, but I replied to her and she never responded to any of my questions, so I don't know, whatever. But she had made a comment about how Seth leaked the Clear as Mud stuff because I went after Toxic Piplup. So my question was, well, that doesn't make sense, because 7 to 8 months ago, when did I go after Toxic then? That doesn't make sense. What was the reason then for that? So that's part of the reason why I believe that Seth leaked things, but I don't think Seth was the only person, is what I'm going to say. Because
okay. So let me clarify on this and the leaking and all that stuff, right? Because there are, I think, 3 people that are still in that original group chat. Let me just go over and look. Let me just go over and look and verify this. Hang on. Let me find this. Let me scroll down through. Here we go. Original group chat. I'm looking at it here. There are 3 people that are in there. Seth, Gigi, and myself. That's it. Right? So when those leaks came out, Jessica Pizzle had already left the group chat. She'd already exited prior to, because the whole Magnetar situation, whatever, it caused some major infighting within Clear as Mud, and Jessica left. Maggot left. And D-Max. Is that it? Is that? Yeah. I think that's right. Anyway, so they left, right? And so the only one that could have got the screenshots, right, was me, Seth, or Gigi. That's it. I didn't do it. I didn't leak the screenshots. Now, I have been told, and Jessica said this multiple times, she asked Seth for the screenshots. Why? Because, as I understand this, and Maggot had taken some screenshots prior to her leaving, and she was leaking things to Assistant Sailor out of context from Jessica's perspective. So Jessica, turned around and gave screenshots to Assistant Sailor to counter the narrative and story that Maggot was putting forth. And then those screenshots in turn got disseminated across, out, and everywhere, right? That is my understanding of what happened. And so the very last live recording that Maggot ever did with Wall Smashers was when she was confronted by, I think it was AJ, I think that how AJ thing or whatever it was. And maybe it wasn't the very last one, but it was a live one where they were doing this, what was it? Debate or whatever it was they were doing. And the screenshot was produced where she flat out called Magnetar a scammer. And she came to me after that and she said she was really blindsided about that. And she goes, did that screenshot come from that Tears Mud group chat? I said, let me go look and see. And I went and I found it and I screenshot it and I sent it to her and I said, yes, in fact, that it did come from there, right? So that was the only one that I sent out, which was to her to confirm where they actually came from, right? But again, here's the deal. I don't care that those got leaked. And I know she had, I don't know if it's this one here or was a previous one or whatever. It's social media. I think I made this perfectly clear. It's social media. You don't want it leaked. Don't say it in a VC. Don't, don't type it in a group chat. Don't type it in DM. Just don't. Right? So.
Because it doesn't make any sense. I didn't go after Toxic 7 or 8 months ago. Like, that didn't happen. So that sounds made up to me. And like I said, she never responded to clarify. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I don't understand that one, but
Wait, what did she say? I'm so sorry.
Hang on, let me pull it up. Actually, I can pull it up.
So I know me and Jessica got into a little altercation because something about Beck.
Because you're paranoid. Everyone's after you. Everyone's after you, Brian.
I mean, that's very true. Very, very true.
Oh, because she claimed. Oh, that's right. That's right. She claimed that. She claimed that Toxic didn't leak anything, and that it was Beckett. Burn. If you go back to the screenshot that you sent me from that stream, it's Toxic's DMs. It says Toxic Piplup and his profile picture and everything. It was him.
Yeah, I was referring to Beckett. Yeah. Yeah, I even showed him the DMs. Like, well, that's Toxic's DMs. I don't know how else fucking Beckett got those. If the Beckett was leaking.
Do you want to address that, Toxic?
I mean, yeah, they were my DMs. We just had Beckett reading them because, I can't read. So, I mean, technically, yeah, you're right on that.
Yeah. So Jessica in chat says that her and Byrne were talking about two separate things. So this is, and again, I really, really, truly believe that a lot of this is all miscommunication. And part of it is because Maggot doesn't, quote, watch the streams. She gets it secondhand. So context could be left out. And if you're getting it just, it just leads to, I think, to be problematic. The second thing is that they cannot get into a VC and have a civil conversation without where it just breaks down to where it's just yelling and screaming at each other, right? So there cannot, you can disagree about points of view. You can disagree about, what your perception is versus what their perception is. And I think you can do it in a healthy manner where it's not yelling and screaming. But I don't think that's realistic in this situation. I think we're past all that. And that's what I think, but I think honestly, truthfully, I think a lot of this could have just been settled if rational conversations could have occurred. But I don't know.
But it is what it is.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's really irrelevant because I said the same things to both of them. So whether it was his or mine, or whether it was his or Beckett's didn't really matter, because I said the same thing.
For the record, Beckett released DMs that day too. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, he leaked DMs where she was sending stuff, DMs between her and D-Max. And then he also leaked where she was talking about K-Huck as well. So, you know. It went to the void. I don't see any comments. Okay, so Jessica, this is something I discovered the other day. It's something with, I don't know, it's a glitch with YouTube, but it's not just, it's like on any, it's on any channel. You have to actually go up and change the comments to like newest first. And when you do that, then you can expand the comments and you can see them. It's some sort of weird thing that's going on YouTube right now. Try that and you might be able to see the comments and stuff.
Things to both of them. There were probably DMs with Peepaw that say similar things too. But this is what she said. She said, Seth said she leaked the clears my DMs to Matt because Maggot went for toxic. Well, okay, I think, whatever. And I said, I went for toxic. Are you saying back during the Magnetar drama? Because the clears my GC was leaked during that drama. So I guess Seth just leaked more that was already leaked. I don't know how I quote unquote went after toxic other than my recent tweet, which is why we're here now. So that doesn't make sense. There would have been no reason for her to do that 6 to 7 months ago. I've never gone after toxic until the now recording tweet, and arguably that wasn't my intention, but that's irrelevant. And it is irrelevant. That wasn't my intention, but that doesn't matter to any of these people, so whatever.
I don't really know. I think this is all like, it's so stupid. Like, this is all so dumb. I don't know.
Like, I think the main thing to criticize you from this whole thing is your biggest enemy is your mouth. and that is honestly the biggest thing to criticize you on. If this, a lot of this shit wouldn't be here, this wouldn't be a thing. It's like, you know, that tweet never came out. You know what I mean?
I'm aware too. I'm self-admitted that I am my own worst enemy, so.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have done all the content, you know.
Yeah, you're welcome. Fucking.
Yeah, fucking Cathonic. Let her keep mouthing off so I get more content.
You're on the ground journey.
I'm on the ground. Definitely on the ground in the mud.
No,
fighting in the trenches of commentary hell.
I think the money thing was the thing that I really wanted to respond to the most just because it's incorrect. And, I mean, I don't know. I really don't think that $156 over 2 months makes me the worst human being in the world, but, you know, maybe I'm wrong. I guess I could still criticize me for that, sure. But, like, arguably, I was still part of the show. I was still making thumbnails. I was coming up with topics for the show. I was participating in the streams. Like, I was being paid for being there, for working. And I wasn't even being paid that much. So.
What is this? What is the flashing of the, just showing that K-Huck paid her? Okay, she paid her. What I mean.
So.
You know, I don't know. If you're gonna come at me, then come at me for the $156 that I made after I decided to leave the show, because all the money.
Hang on a second. What was? AT&T prepaid $32.65.
Nice.
I was being paid for being there, for work.
We know what she pays for her cellular phone.
And I wasn't even being paid that much. So, you know, I don't know. If you're gonna come at me, then come at me for the $156 that I made after I decided to leave the show, because all the money that I made prior, was before I decided to leave the show. So, I mean, that's what they keep saying. So if that's the case, then the rest of the money shouldn't matter.
Okay. But you're a leech, and we all know it now.
Yes.
You leached Echo Tragedy. Echo Tragedy should come back in the house, right, Cathon? He should come back.
Yeah,
Maggot, you're out. Echo Tragedy.
You're actually, in fact, even worse than Echo Tragedy.
Well, okay. That's cool. I'm just a horrible person. I'll accept that. I'm a terrible person. The other thing that doesn't make sense to me though is the Peepaw thing, because.
What? Now we back on me again? What did?
Yep.
I felt like I've been dragged enough.
Nope, you're not done, pal.
Oh, my old corpse is just beaten and bruised and bloody.
In Flatley's chat, he said, "Well, I never said that she asked me for a PC. I never said."
That's right. I said that. Let me back up.
To me though is the Peepaw thing, because in Flatley's chat, he said, "Well, I never said that she asked me for a PC. I never said that she leaked a PC." No, but you did also turn around, and after you saw what Flatley tweeted out, you then went and took a screenshot of us having a normal conversation as friends about me asking my aunt for something, and doubled down. So it's like, even if you're
doubled down. How is that doubling down while I was giving context for why I did what I did? Okay. Benefit of the doubt here. I'm going to take this from the perspective that she doesn't understand the reason why I did what I do. So let me explain. So she sent screenshots to Flatley, which, by the way, is horrible at sharing screenshots on Twitter. It was garbage. I digress. And I probably was not clear on why, okay? But she had, in our conversations, she had been conveying about how her aunt had this Alienware PC that was sitting there collecting dust, and she hoped that her aunt would give it to her because she had approached her aunt about giving it to her to let her use. Okay. Now, I was a little bit snarky because I said her aunt had given her a phone, and heavens, why she might not want to give her a PC in the same time frame. That was me being a little snarky, me doing a little shit talking. All right, I own up to that. But the context of it is from our conversations, my takeaway from it was she was let down and disappointed that her aunt didn't let her have the PC. So knowing that her friend was disappointed and was let down, I decided I have this extra money here. It's not going to hurt me. I'm not going to miss it, rather, any way, or form, or fashion. So I took the money and I got her a refurbed desktop PC and a monitor, right? And I sent it to her just like I'd done to other people, right? I was showing the context in that why I did what I did. It had nothing to do really, whether or not if say that's why, right? So that was the context. That's what I'm saying, and I probably, like I said, I didn't explain, I didn't really explain why. I just was being snarky about it. But anyway, so.
Not saying that. The insinuation is that you agree with that narrative. You agree with the narrative that's being put forward by your friend.
I didn't agree with the narrative. I never once did I ever agree with the narrative. You're grasping at straws. That's what you're doing. You're grasping at straws because it fits your narrative.
Jessica, because you know that I didn't ask you. And so for you to take this random ass conversation that we're having about my aunt is really gay. And not only that, but you take this conversation about my aunt and then you include the fact that my aunt bought me a phone, which, by the way, this was in like February. My birthday is not too far away from February. That phone was a birthday present. Right? Oh my God, heaven forbid I have family who buy me gifts for my birthday. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's insane. But it literally is just him doubling down on this narrative, because if you didn't say that and you didn't say I'm a leech, then what's the problem with you correcting the record? You didn't do that though. You doubled down publicly. So you don't have to say it. That's the insinuation.
Speaking of Peepaw, do you want to? I have it. I get a minute before he starts the threatening comment at 17, but I wanted to give a little bit of context before.
Oh yes, the threatening comment. Okay, here we go.
Asked me about the threatening thing. So we'll do a good old screen share. Wall Smashers is back. It's over. No. We're replacing Wall Smashers with Wallbangers. Okay, fuck Wall Smashers. Yep. It's for gay and trans people. We have a trans person. It's over. I can't be there anymore.
They're gonna think I'm a transphobe. They're gonna think I'm a transphobe. I left because I'm a transphobe. That's it. I'm fine with that. I left because I'm a transphobe. All right, put that down.
Rude. Okay.
I said enough's enough. And then they leak it. Okay, here, I'm dropping this shit because I want it to stop.
That's definitely why they did that. Yeah, for sure. They definitely leaked it because they wanted it to stop. Wink, wink. Yeah.
See, this is taken so far out of context. Do I have to bring up that stream to show the full context? Hang on a second, guys. Oh, hang on. I didn't even have it up there. I'm sorry. I didn't.
Wow, unprepared.
Unprofessional. Hack. Fire me. I'm sorry. Well, I try not to watch chat because it gets me into trouble. So let's go here. Badwick Productions.
Don't worry, that's getting me in trouble too.
Oh God. Let's see here. Let's go to. Is this the one here? I think this is the one.
So, do you think?
Yeah, here we go.
Oh my God, he's so loud.
Yeah, he's kind of loud. I'll turn that down a little bit there. I think. Let's see. Let me go back over here. Close that out. I'm done with that. What is it? This is 1611. Okay, this is 1559. I'm gonna back it up just a smidgen more because I think there's a little bit more context here. That hang on, is this? This is not the right one. Where's that one at? Was it a video that was put out? Yeah, okay, it's this one here.
Your opinion of like.
Okay. All right. So yeah, this is a little bit backed up further, but I think we need to give the full context here, guys.
do you just expect every VC to go into like recorded
Yeah,
or
expect
like?
every VC to be recorded. Expect your DMs to be leaked. I mean, kind of with people on this one, expect everything to be leaked. It's just, from my end, it's like, well, why? What is your purpose for leaking what you're leaking? It's, that's just my thing.
I guess it
Honestly,
is
I'm
that
not
thing.
like.
It's all
I
about
mean,
context.
my DMs have been leaked. My fucking voice chats has been leaked.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I've had embarrassing things leaked out as well, but it is what it is on the internet, I suppose. Anyone else have any comments regarding the maggot stuff before I guess we move on to the actual like topic of the night?
People, how do you
Don't
feel
think-
about all this?
Me? My opinion, specifically?
People.
I didn't fucking hear you! I'm sorry!
About what specifically would you like my opinion
Because
on,
I mean, I saw you like hyping up the toxic Piplup stream, so I
Sure.
guess you knew. I guess
No.
you knew. What
Well,
was
okay,
gonna be
okay, yes
leaked,
and
right?
no. I
Okay.
knew that Toxic had some DMs, right? And but I didn't know specifically what it was, you know?
Okay.
So yeah, I was just that whole leaking that I guess you're referring to that tweet I did or whatever, right? That poll or whatever. That was just more or less just me shit talking. That's all it really was. It wasn't,
Okay.
Do I have DMs that would be um of course I do, right? But the thing that to keep in mind is, and this is the way I approach these type of situations, right? Not just because I'm involved in this, but any of them out there, period, right? Like you go back to the Tea Party chat or whatever it was back, right, with the whole Team Star and Salvo and Xylee and that whole crew, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so, when that was leaked or was, it started being leaked and whatever, right? So that was entertaining and that was fun, right? And this stuff that's going on right now is essentially the same type of thing, right? To a degree. I mean, it's personal friends that are no longer friends, and so now we start, trying to, shit talk or whatever, suck the cloud off of them, whatever you want to call it. I look at this as, okay, what is the motive behind the person, why they're doing it? And
Okay.
if they're doing it to be malicious, and if they're doing it, then I say, okay, well, that person's just kind of a shithead, right? And they're not, but if a person has stuff and they leak it because they're
Yeah.
getting swung on continuously, right?
Mhm.
And they're sitting there not saying a word until they just finally said enough's enough. And then they leak it, say, okay, here, I'm dropping this shit because I want it to stop.
Yeah.
Then I say, oh. So that's a little bit different from what they were saying. He was, what I'm saying. I was giving context to why people leak shit sometimes, right? Right?
Yeah.
That's all I was saying here. But that's not. Anyway, we'll continue on now with the.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely what happened for sure. Yeah, I believe that.
Quiet, and they finally just had enough and said, "Fuck you," right? The thing about it is when you leak DMs, right?
Mm.
Like you said, because it can be leaked out of context, and so things can be whatever, right? But the
Mhm.
thing you also understand is if one side leaks those type of things, but the other side's going to do the fool, right? They was, well, yeah, but you didn't leak it, whatever. So if you're going to do that, leak it all with understanding that there's going to be shit in there that makes you look bad, and makes you look poor too, whatever, what have you. Right? So the only advice to anybody is if you're going to leak shit, right? If you get to the point where you're like, fuck it, fuck them, and fuck their mother, their dad, and whoever else,
Let's go.
then just fucking leak it, put it all out there. And while you're at it, hang your nutsacks on the side too. Let them see that.
By the way, Peapod did send me his
Do it
nutsack.
right.
Peapod did send me his nutsack one time, guys. By the way, this is totally true. He 100% sent me his.
And there your answer, Badwick. That's why you had nutsacks on your timeline on Twitter today, right?
Oh.
That's why. And it was one of these keychains. I got it as a gag gift. I don't remember who it was from, and I can remember the context. We was talking about something sometime about anyway, and it had to do something about balls, I'm sure, or whatever. And I sent it to her. That's all it is. It was nothing more than that. It really was truly nothing more than that. It was just a joke thing. But yeah, I sent some balls to Maggot. There you go.
His nutsack one time.
And I didn't even get paid. So there you go.
I would show the DMs, but I'm not going to. But it's true. Just believe me, it's true.
Okay. Okay.
It's not a lie. Okay, I don't have the. I'm not going to go through the whole DMs, but it's a joke. He sent me like a joke pair of nuts that you would get from like Spencer's or something. Is what it was. It was funny, but yeah, never.
Wow. So like, you don't make a allocation event. The good named G-Paw
If you make
River.
stuff, so can I. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, buddy.
don't him haul around about shit. Just fucking do it.
It is about time.
You know, because you came to me, Byron, and you use your words. You threatened me.
You threatened me. I've explained this. I think he's come to finally to the understanding I never threatened him.
Why would you think that to begin with? It's such a leap in logic. I don't even understand. Literally, all you said was, I hope you're not doing what I think you're doing. How is it a threat? The leap in logic there is crazy. And I know that you work things out or whatever, that's fine. But I can't help but think that it's simply just because you're associated with me. That's just how I feel about it. So,
I don't know. Yeah, it's very scary. We'll continue. What the fuck is fuck this thumbnail? Fuck Badwig.
I don't know what it is you think, right? That I have, right? That's what you said. Well, that was the word you used in your little wallbangers, right? Your words. Well, here's what you said to me.
Mm-hmm.
You said, "Well, yeah, I seen that tweet pop up, and that's why I went and warned him about saying don't I hope you're not gonna do what."
Okay, there you go. There's the actual tweet.
I thought you were wrong. I thought you were wrong. And what if I did? God, that's so low. Are you guys able to hear?
Burn is really low.
Yeah. So audio issues. Go figure. Yeah. So Burn went into our wall smashers thing or whatever, and it was like, I hope you're not going to do what I think you're going to do. And that's what was in the Discord thing, right? But then, hang on a second here. Oh shit, wrong button. Here we go. Just a second here. Let's see, where is it at? Where is? I thought I had. Let me find it. I've got it clipped out here somewhere, guys. Hang on. Yeah, here we go. This is so this is from this is a clip from the there we go. Get this out of the way. So this is from the second episode here. You can see this is what was said during the
How was your relationship with Peepaw after the fact? I mean, he made that tweet about leaking DMs, and I assumed that he was going to leak DMs on Toxic Stream. I even warned him, I hope you're not doing what I think you're doing.
So that's what I warned him, right? So if you're warning somebody, what are you doing? Right? Was I out of pocket for inferring or taking that he was? So
I don't think so.
Was it really a threat? No, not really. I didn't. And so did I misspeak there? Yeah. Okay. I should have said threaten. I should have said warn. And I did go on and clarify in there that that he quote warned me. But I don't, but warn me for, okay, whatever.
I did. Burn. What if he did? What if he did burn? What if he did? What would you have done then? Okay, aside from the fact that you wouldn't be good.
Okay, hold on. If he did, you would have done it, and then it just become like a big old fucking DM war that like everyone's gonna see the dirty laundry between everyone. And I personally didn't want that to happen. Okay, it wasn't a threat because in reality, there's something I could have done, but Maggot could have turned on their Twitter again and just dropped. I'm just
gonna say this. Like, there's really nothing in mine and Peepaw's DMs other than yes, of course, we both. It is not sacked, yes, and then also we both talked about K-Huck. That's in there too. And it was a lot of just like gossip between friends. We really just did talk like normal friends would. 95, even more than that % of the time. So there's nothing in there other than just more about K-Huck. I'm sure there's some conversations about like the Magnetar drama and all that, but it's nothing really. There's nothing special there in my opinion. So
I agree with Maggot. There's nothing in there really that would adversely affect her, right? Is there some things that's real cringe for me, that shit talking or whatever, that yes, probably so, right? And there's probably some stuff in there that's kind of cringy from her as well, right? But there were some things in there that I really and truly hope remains private, because it's nothing about her, and it's nothing about me, it's about other people. And that's what I was referring to. That I hope that, and I agree, that shit doesn't need to come out. Period.
There's actually less DMs with him than I thought I had, to be honest. So
Yeah, we
But
didn't
that's
really
like-
dim.
that's what I
We
wanted
didn't
to
really
do,
dim a
all
whole
about
lot.
the Google Drive on Twitter. Okay, that's not. I didn't want you to do that.
The only
So
reason I shared
it's also not a threat. I was just telling like, hey, just don't do it. Just don't do what I think you're gonna do. Please don't.
The only other reason that I shared the DMs like with about the PC was because his friend went on Twitter and said that I leashed a PC from him, which is not true.
Oh, okay. This is all. See, all this boils back to Jessica Pizzle. This is Pizzle's fault. So, anyway, right? I guess is that what we're going to do now? It's Pizzle's fault. Okay, no deal.
I don't. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Not getting anything to say through so far.
I mean, didn't Flatly post those out of context fucking pictures?
Yes, I don't know why I will say I don't know why he did that. He really should have. He shouldn't have done that. He should have waited until his stream and then brought it up. But I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. He did tell me in DMs that he was gonna go monkey mode, quote unquote, like several times.
Monkey.
So I guess I shouldn't have expected much from him, but like, whatever.
Yeah, you know what? Flatly likes to steal things. The monkey mode came from me. Damn it!
Okay,
I'm the monkey mode guy.
Well, not to me or not Burn. That's flat.
Yeah, I'm best boy. It's
You
fine.
are best boy. That is true. You're literally wearing the best in this art.
Yeah, you know, because Bunny, fuck Bunny. No,
Based Bunny, comment Bunny W.
no. Comment Bunny W. Yeah, see,
God, how much more we got of this?
At least it's green. I don't know.
A little over
I'm the
10
monkey mode
minutes.
guy. Flatly just steals everything around him. He has no original content. Doesn't make his own thumbnails. I do. No.
Whoa, Flatly. I don't know if you're in chat, but dude, that's some shots fired, my dude. Shots fired.
Doesn't make his own content. He steals it from Ant and fucking Chthonic. He doesn't make his own streams. He does it from Ant. Just go down the list.
This is all satire, guys. Flat
This is
satire.
It's over.
I guess he
Once he
also
stole my
stole
monkey meme, once he stole my monkey meme, it was over. I'm exposing him for everything he stole.
It was over when he stole
I'm the
Rhode
monkey
Island.
guy. Okay, I'm the monkey guy.
He beat Badwick up and stole Rhode Island from him. That's when it was over.
And I stole it from him because I get more spurts than Flatly does. Fuck you, Flatly. Get on my level.
Wait.
Mm.
Wait. By the way, can I just one more thing? Okay. You're welcome, K-Hook. You're welcome, K-Hook. That stream has more views than you've gotten all year on it, so you're fucking welcome.
Okay, that's not. This is all the cat.
Do you see how many views I has? 700. Okay, I'm not talking about your content. Okay, obviously I want you to thrive. But fuck you. Okay, that has 700 views on it. Okay, fuck that. Anybody who says that my name doesn't bring views is a liar. They're a liar and a deceiver.
I mean, yes, I am getting a lot of views. I did get 500
You're welcome.
watch hours from all this.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be monetized, but I definitely got the fucking watch hours. Okay.
Well, say less slurs. I don't know.
Your drama is not interesting enough for me to cover.
You talk. Okay, that is not. You literally did a stream.
You're not interesting enough. Alright.
Yeah, that's why you're not in Wall
I actually
Smashers.
prefer it that way.
You know,
I prefer it that way.
not in Wall Smashers anymore. Because you like, you're not. We banned you because like you weren't interesting enough in Wall
Yeah,
Smashers.
definitely. And they told me specifically when Peacock quits, you can come back. So that's what we're waiting for.
They. So, my co-hosts, Badwick. Yeah, I seen Badwick in chat. I don't know if Reese is still in chat, right? Burns. Who's they? Who's they, guys? Is there a cabal out to kick Peepaw off of Wall Smashers? Am I next? Am I the one going to get the axe?
Done.
I'm done. Evidently, the push is there to bring Maggot back and kick Peepaw out.
Well, I mean, they did start a whole new podcast just so she could talk in her echo chamber. So, I mean, I guess that kind of, you know.
Yeah, Wallbangers. Yeah, didn't Tommy come up with that name, Wallbangers?
Yeah, he said it because
Yeah.
he wouldn't say Wall Smashers. He kept messing up and saying Wall.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Golly. All right, Badwick. So when am I getting my shit notice? When am I getting my pink slip? When am I getting out of here?
Yeah, Badwick.
Am I out? Am I out of the Wall Smashers house? Is it done? Am I fired? God. It's Jover for It's Jover. It's Jover for Peepaw. It's Jover. I'm out of here.
I don't know what he just put in chat, but that is not English.
Oh my Lord. Yeah, evidently it's over. I'm out. Peepaw's out. I've been outed. Oh my God.
No, you can't quit.
You know what I'll do? You know what I'm gonna do? You know, I'll take the time and energy that I was putting into Wall Smashers, I guess, since I'm not wanted there no more. What the tears, wipe the tears.
Okay.
And I don't know. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'll do a podcast with Toxic and Brick, and who else can I put in there? And we'll just call it Echo Chambers. We'll just get in there and just be one big echo chamber, and we'll just
Tragic Echoes.
Tragic Echo, yeah. We'll sit there, and we'll just smell each other's farts and just tell each other how great we are, and there you go. Because Maggot's name brings the views. She brings the views. She gets the content. That's what we got to have. 1,000%. I'm starting right now. Hashtag bring Maggot back. And I'm not joking. I do believe we lost someone of importance to the community, right? But maybe she does need to take a little time away. And maybe she needs to collect her thoughts and maybe do some, I took some time away, did some self-reflection. Listen, I actually watched the streams about the situation about me. I listened to them. There were nuggets of truth that I took away from it, right? It was painful. I didn't like it, but sometimes that's what you have to do to have personal growth, right? And even though I'm an old man, because evidently me being old is an issue, doesn't mean that I can't learn. If you refuse to learn,
can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yes. If you refuse to learn, if you quit growing, if you quit, it's just, I don't know. So anyway,
I'm not having this. It's Wall Smashers forever for you, pal.
Wall Smashers forever for me. I'm not quitting. You know what? That's about. There's a little bit more left to the stream. About what, 10, 11, 12 minutes, whatever. I'm really kind of done. I want to join AWT. You know what, Flatley? I don't know, man. If I did that, then Burns would just have more allegations to levy about you. You can't do anything original, right? you copy everybody. So, right, if I left Wall Smashers and joined you, I mean, that was the gripe, right? Complaint, right? That you copy everybody, that you don't have anything that's original. So I couldn't do that to you, Flatley. I honestly, I couldn't put that shame on you, man. I'm not going to hang that. I'm not going to hang that around your neck, dude. I just can't do that. So. Anyway, hang on here.
The last thing I know is in the what?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say the last thing I know that's in that last part is her trying to take credit for the Wallbangers name, but we all know it was Tommy. Said it way before the podcast was announced. All right.
Yeah.
Wallbangers was great.
So I got a DM. The bit must have been good. I must have been convincing because I just got a DM from Badwick.
She's back.
He says no. He says. Are you doing a bit? Are you really quitting? It says here.
And?
Select stream. It says over there. Yeah, okay, we're back. All right, we're back. Guys, I apologize. My PC just crashed. I don't know what's going on. Burn DDoS. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, 100%. I just came back to basically tell you that's it. I'm pretty much, it was a bit. Yeah, Badwick, don't. Someone check on Badwick. Badwick, the audio's cutting out. What do you mean the audio? Audio's not coming out. Shut up, JFA. Seriously, dude, get some new fucking material. God almighty, dude. Seriously, just get some new material already. I like you.
I can only go so far.
I like you, dude, but it's old. Jesus Christ.
He hasn't gotten the new software update. Right? He hasn't gotten the self-learning.
He hasn't got the stuff. Listen, seriously, people check on Badwick. I think he may be stroking out right now. But no, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving Wall Smashers. I'll stay there as long as they'll have me. If they decide that they don't want me around anymore, then I'll leave and they can bring back Maggot, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. As far as bring her back now, bring her back now. I don't care. I listen. I've worked with all. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, if you want this to be the end of the drama, bring her back. Tell her to come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody wants to keep going anymore. Just bring her back on the podcast. You don't have to take shots at each other. That's just what people expect. You don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So, I can work pretty much with anybody. I mean, I've worked with some real I'm serious jerks. I don't think Maggot is a jerk. I don't agree with her stances. I don't agree with all of her takes. But remember, guys, real friends can criticize you. Real friends can check you, right? So check me, put me in my place, criticize me. I'm fine with that, right? So, that I don't see the problem, right? So,
fuck that. Real friends let me live in my echo chamber happy. All right?
Okay. Okay. Listen, guys.
I'm wrong.
Hey, if you, like I said, I'm gonna take some callers and then I gotta get out of here. Because I gotta get on the road to head out for the holiday season. If you took exception to anything that I said, right? I don't want you coming in here and agreeing with me. If you think that something I said, or you think something that Toxic said is not on mark, and you want to take us to task, then 100% do that. But if you come in and you start agreeing with me, I'm going to kick you. Unceremoniously, rudely, I'm just going to disconnect you. Period. Okay? Because I'm not here to have a pat on the back or a pat on the head and say, good guy. No, that's not what I want. All right, so Doug has been in there since basically we started this thing. So I'm going to bring Doug in first. Hello, Doug. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I just got one thing to say. I do disagree with you. What the fuck is my microphone?
Good point.
Yeah.
I tell you what, as soon as Beavers gets his new PC, we're waiting for it to be delivered. It is on a boat headed to where he lives.
Oh,
and as soon as he gets it, Doug, you'll be the next person in line. How's that?
You know what that means? I'm never gonna get that mic.
There you go, Doug, buddy. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and I will talk to you soon. Okay?
Yeah, you too. All right. Take care.
All right, bye. All right. So I think this is this okay. So this is Nintendo Mail. How you doing, Nintendo Mail? You have to unmute yourself, bud.
Oh, it's muted. Fuck, I keep doing that. Honestly, I just
listen. If you have something that you want to directly address me about, something that I said in this stream, or something I've said previously that you don't agree with, that you think I got wrong, I want you to do that. If there's something that Toxic did on his stream or on this stream that you want to take him to task for, that's fine. But I am not going to have people come in here and just shit on Maggot or anything that she said or done. If you want to do that, fire up your own stream. All right. So
there is one thing I could shit on you for, and that was
please do
the Minotaur shit that you did.
Okay.
That I will criticize you on.
Okay.
That you handled poorly.
I don't disagree. I did handle it poorly.
Very poorly. And I'll be like that. I'm glad you acknowledged that. I'm honestly glad you noticed that you were in the wrong there. And that I gave you props for.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
Honestly, that's what I do.
Okay. Is there anything else, Nintendo Mail?
All I have to say is just, please, like, honestly, what Peepaw said is true. Real friends criticize people all the time. And it's best to hold them accountable when they are in the wrong.
Okay, well, thanks.
Sometimes just don't.
All right, thanks, Nintendo Mail. Have a happy Thanksgiving, dude. Okay, we'll talk to you after Thanksgiving. All right, bye.
All right, that's all the callers.
All right, JFA, I'm going to give you a shot, but I swear to God, if you come in here with your weak ass bullshit, I don't have the whole nuclear thing like Tommy does, but I will flat out nuke your ass.
You should get a flatline sound.
All right. So JFA, what is it that I need to be taken to task for?
Hi, Peepaw. Do you like Nintendo? I like Nintendo.
And that ends that. So anyway, guys, Toxic, anything before we get out of here that you want to say?
No, I'm hungry.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to finish packing in a road. But listen, guys, again, this was not to, I hope this did not come across as a, okay, here's Burn. I'll pull Burn in. You're just barely going to make it, bud. All right. So what's up, Burn?
Hello?
Yeah. What's up?
Hello, Peepaw. How are you doing tonight? Well, today.
I'm doing great. So what criticism do you have for me or Toxic?
Well, why are you guys cracking on my music, bro? Screw you. Ronaldo
Dude.
Flatley is a scumbag, okay? He is. He just cheats and lies and gets away with everything.
Well,
but on a serious note,
yeah.
I don't want you removed from Wall Smashers. I think that's completely unnecessary for Maggot to come back. I think that's an unnecessary task or requirement. I've even told Maggot this behind the scenes. That it's that's completely unnecessary. That you can't come back if Paul's still there. I think that is completely unnecessary, and that's a ridiculous ask of anyone.
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, I hope she comes back. I don't have any qualms about working with her. It actually could be interesting. I feel like it could be interesting because it's obviously, she's going to disagree with things that I say, which is fine, right? I've never had quote unquote a echo chamber around me. I do think that when people get together, and I think that when a situation happens, the overall arc is I think people see things. You have people see things a certain way, and you have other people see it a second way, and sometimes even a third group of people, whatever they could see. But I don't think that necessarily makes one people right or one people wrong. It's just different points of views, and I would hope that as adults you can have these conversations.
Yeah.
Maybe find some common ground. Maybe you can't. And then you just go on and you continue doing your thing, But
yeah. I mean, I don't mind hosting it. If you want to talk or anything, I really don't mind, being the one in that one either.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm taking the sweeping jokes to heart, but it is what it is. I just gotta get over that one.
If Maggot after the holidays and stuff kind of calm down, if she wants to have a conversation, I'm fine with that. Honestly, I think it should be. Maybe we do it on Wall Smashers. It could be recorded. Then that way it's not, it's not, there's no distractions from live chat. Nobody calls in, right? It's just us. The Wall Smashers.
I think that's the best course of action is a recorded episode.
And she could come in and I totally understand her aversion to doing live streams. I get that. Right. And I like doing both. I like doing recorded. I like doing live streams. I think live streams add some spice to a channel. I think it adds, brings in certain people and client, where you have activities. I think it lends the best chance for you to have, in some cases, channel growth, to kind of mix that up a little bit. So I have never had any aversions to doing recorded episodes. I just think you need to try to balance it out. That's just my personal opinion about it, right? Doesn't mean that it's right. Doesn't mean that it's wrong. So anyway, but yeah, I think if she wants to come back and we do an episode, and if she wants to talk about, we can talk about it. That's fine. But as far as I'm concerned, it's really kind of over. I just think that there was a lot of party line conversations that occurred here. That's just my opinion. So
yeah, I even said this is the last one I'm doing. There's been no fourth, fifth, and seventh response to anything.
Yeah.
This was it. This is I even put in the description. This is the finale of the Maggot responses. I think it's stupid to continue to respond to Jessica Pizzle or anyone else. Like, I'm not throwing shade at them, of course. I'm just saying it's stupid to like, oh, Jessica made a tweet, you got to respond to it in her video. I think that's really stupid at this point and it's completely unnecessary.
Okay, Flatley is wanting to call. I'm going to go out on a limb and say
I
he
hate
probably
him.
he wants to address these allegations that you've levied against him. So
Yes,
do you
I do.
do you
Stealing my monkey mode meme?
Yeah.
Allegations. It's
So
over.
do you have aversions for him to be brought in, or
Fine, yeah, you can bring him in.
okay?
Former AWT team leader. I am now the team leader of AWT. I've kicked him out of the house. Stealing my monkey mode meme. What's up, Flatley?
Oh shit! Can I get perm so I can put it on speaker? I'm on his phone right now.
Can you get on perm so you can get? Oh, hang on a second here.
What?
Perms.
What do you mean you can't put it on speaker?
He wants to kick Burn.
No,
I don't
he
know. It's
can't.
just weird.
I don't think me giving you perms allows you to put on speaker or not on your phone. I don't. What?
See, he's even retarded. He's stupid as fuck.
All right, let's get down to business. This is all Toxic's fault. Toxic couldn't end Maggot himself. He got scared. He's like, I'm going to use Peepaw Riverter, and then I'm going to shovel it on Burn. Burn's going to take the fall. Burn, you're an idiot. Peepaw, do you want to come on AWT?
I don't want to. Here's the thing. There's allegations out there of you being unoriginal, and that you've never had an original thought in your head. And if I did that, wouldn't that kind of play into that whole? And I don't want to add to that fire that's kind of brewing on you right now, dude.
See, Peepaw, sometimes at the end of the day, when you're sitting alone in your bed and you're thinking to yourself in your own head, you just got to consult with the realest person you know in the world, and that's yourself. You know what I mean?
I know.
When Burn tells me these things, I look at my 2 successful monetized channels. I look at my 2 successful fallen off shows. I look at my past history and drama and how I seem to avoid criticism week in and week out. Unlike Burn here, who is not monetized on a single channel, who's been criticized for the past 2 weeks, 2 months, and 3 days.
Over stupid shit that doesn't matter.
Walked by Morale. Walked by Leah. Walked by people.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, walked by
Maggot
Leah.
Lapdog.
Whoa.
You're on the leash, brother.
I never walked Burn. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, you kind of just walked him now.
No, I don't think I did that at all.
Damn it, people, roast him. Get his ass, bro.
That's not what I do. I've never done that. I don't. That's not what I do. So I don't know where this.
You should know. You should know already, Flatley. He doesn't do it
In
like
all
that.
actuality, people, the only criticism I had for you at first, I was like, is this motherfucker 2-timing this bitch right now? Because I was getting stuff
1000%.
sent to me by Maggot, and I was like, this motherfucker's 2-timing. This guy's snaking right now.
Yeah.
I was like, he threw Maggot under the bus to get back into the house because he saw this opportunity, he saw this opportunity as fit as a way for him to get back in. But that stream that I had, when you sent me everything prior to the messages Maggot sent me, I was like, well, now this don't add up, because not only did you send me messages, there are other people out there, exactly who you are, who also sent me messages with Maggot, where the narrative definitely was getting spun into a way I was almost being soldiered to fight a battle that wasn't even my battle. And I thought about it literally minutes before I went live, and I'm like, this is gay as fuck. Why am I here? This is all retarded. I'm not involved whatsoever. All I want to do is stir the pot, and now I got all these DMs, and I got to make a timeline, and I'm like, this is retarded. I'm going to be fighting Maggot's battle for her.
So here's the thing, right? What I learned: don't interject yourself. That's a big no-no. And
oh yeah, no, that was literally, because I've been in those situations before where I knew what to do. And this was like the first one where I was like, all right, I literally interjected myself because I wanted to see, blood for the blood gods, what me and Badwick do, right?
Yeah.
And I interjected myself in this one. I was like, this is retarded.
It is.
Actually retarded.
It's 1000% is retarded. I never understood. Maybe I'm listen, I am not the sharpest tool in the shed. I openly have always, I'm retarded. But I was like, I don't understand how it's gotten this blown up. I really, truly, I never did understand why this became the thing that it was. I was like, I'm not fighting with nobody. I'm not fighting with Maggot. I'm not fighting with Burn. I'm not fighting with nobody. I was just like, okay, where's this coming from? I don't know.
God bless the USA.
I don't know, man. But anyway, listen, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for the offer, Flatley. If you want me to come on sometime as a guest, yeah, sure, we'll work out something. I'll come on as a guest sometime or whatever.
Absolutely.
But
I'll join the contract. It'll be 99 one split though, so obviously 99 to me.
I don't, whatever. I don't care about all that stuff. But anyway, no, I just, I wish you both of you guys happy holidays, Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much turkey. Anyway, you guys take care and have a good day. Okay. Real quick, just as I get out of here, just to kind of help Burn out a little bit. He's at 352 subs, guys. If we could get him just a few more, get him to 500. Then he gets in the first level tier of the YouTube partner program. He can have channel memberships. He can have he can have super chats, things like that. I do like Burn. The music selection for the video was actually ass, but that's just a personal critique. It's the video, whatever is fine, whatever it was, just the whatever. But anyway, Toxic, thank you for coming on this morning. I appreciate it. Thank you guys all in the chat. Thank you for the gift membership. Thanks for all the donations. I appreciate it. Thanks for all for tuning in. You guys have a happy, Merry Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is. Be safe in your travels. If you make sure you wear your stretchy pants to the dinner table that evening, whatever. And until next time, guys, remember, keep your powder dry, and I'll see you in the funny papers.